We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which the upcoming match is being played. We would also like to pay our respects to elders past and present.
For 4 and 20 Pies, Australia's original fan food. Welcome to AFL Nation.
Welcome to the Adelaide Oval. This is AFL Nation for 4 and 20 Pies, Australia's original fan food. And for Tyre Power, winter safety sale is on now. My name's Paul Bonser. Alongside me today for MEGT. Let MEGT build you a winning team. It is the man who's played 260-odd games, most of them with the Blues. It's Bryce Gibbs. G'day, Gibber.
Good afternoon, Bonds. Thanks for having me today. Really looking forward to this one. What a cracking match to finish the round of footy this weekend.
We've seen some big results over the weekend, and yes, this promises to be a good clash. Both teams in pretty good form. The Crows have won 3 of the last 4, and everyone knows what sort of run the Hawks have been on. Yeah,
absolutely, and that's why it's going to be a cracking game. I mean, to go and do what they did to Collingwood last week, the Hawks, they look super impressive, and they're right on the edge of the finals, the final 8 as we speak, and we know the Crows went over to Melbourne and took on a pretty good Essendon outfit, who we know have plateaued a little bit in recent weeks, but still good enough to go over there and get it done. So 2 informed sides. These 2 haven't played at the Adelaide Oval for a while, Bond, so a little bit unusual to see the Hawks over here today, but yeah, looking forward to it.
This is the pre-game show for Beaumont Tiles. Beaumont Tiles hard flooring range is on sale, and before you dig, before every job, search before you dig online every time. Toss of the coin is not far away for Keno Go. Turn your downtime into playtime. Add some thrill to your wait with Keno Go's $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes. Download the Keno Go app and start playing today. So we'll keep an eye on that to see who wins the toss. We haven't missed it, have we, Bryce?
Not that I've seen, Bonds.
No.
I don't think it's happened yet, so I don't think there's much wind to speak of looking at the flags down on the scoreboard, so I don't think it's going to favour any direction.
It will get a little bit chilly by the end of the game. We're only expecting we are expecting a low in Adelaide tonight of just 3 degrees. So it's going to be cold by the end of the game. But really perfect conditions for footy, and the teams are finishing their warm-ups for Ream, Australia's favourite. That is hot and steady. Hot, steady and strong even. Key matchups for Corteva, Paradigm Arlec, active herbicides, reliable wide spectrum weed control in cereals. What key matchups are you looking for, Bryce?
Well, there's some cracking matchups all across the ground today, but I think we've got to keep an eye on the informed Jack Ginnivan. How good was he last week? 30-odd touches, a couple of goals against his old side, and he's really the barometer. He's the spark. Yeah. He's the X-factor in that forward line. We know Nick Watson's going well, Connor McDonald, so the Hawks Smalls are going to be dangerous this afternoon, I think. So you would think Max Michelini gets the job on Ginnivan to start with, but they're going to have they're going to have to watch out for a lot of those small forwards because they're all in good form.
What about the matchup in the ruck? Lloyd Meek's been excellent for the Hawks, and big Riley O'Brien.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating battle, isn't it? We've seen Riley O'Brien spend some time in the sandful already this year, so he's come back into this side the last couple of weeks, and we know he tries his hardest. He follows up and has a crack. But yeah, you're right. I've been really impressed with Lloyd Meek so far this season, and he's going to prove to be a tough matchup.
Well, the toss has just been done and won. Add some thrill to your wait time with Keno Go. Adelaide won the toss. Darcy Fogarty captaining for the first time in the Crows jumper, and he won the toss and will kick to the northern end or the scoreboard end here at Adelaide Oval, Cathedral end.
What an honour for Darcy Fogarty. It's just, it's a testament to his maturity, especially this year, and I really enjoyed his game last week. Obviously, Tex not being there. Yeah. Can he stand up, be the man in this forward line? We know Riley Thilthorpe is back, so I thought he took control last week and played a really positive game, so he gets rewarded with being captain today.
What about the midfield matchups for Corteva Agri-Science? Keep growing with Corteva Agri-Science. You can see in the middle now, Laird's in there, Berry's in there, Saligo's in there. Do you think the Hawks match up pretty well against the midfield of the Adelaide Crows?
I think they do, and they're in fantastic form. When you speak of guys like Will Day, Jai Newcomb, D'Ambrosio's been terrific when he's been in there as well. So I think it's going to be a cracking midfield battle, and we'll keep an eye on who's going to who early in this first quarter.
We do have it laid out as well, Bryce. We'll get to that after the bounce. Brody Smith is out, and I'll get you to let us know who's come into the side. Apparently he's a bit ill, but we're underway. O'Brien got the first tap down to Laird. Came out to Will Day. Quick handball from Newcomb. Kicks inside forward 50. Nan Curvis, he had his hands on the footy. He's brought to ground. The umpire will come in and ball it up. A few of the Hawks boys have had a haircut. John Newcomb just with the short hair just got me there for a second. I went, who's that number 3? Meek gets the tap towards Luke Bruce. Tried to break a tackle. Was he legged? Umpire said yes, he was. The tackle slipped down from Nan Curvis, and Luke Bruce will go back and have a set shot. Only about 25 metres out on a slight angle.
Yeah, the free kick was certainly there. The old wily veteran, Luke Bruce. We mentioned all those other small key forwards before. Can't forget Luke Bruce. We know he's crafty in that forward line. Kicked goals last week. Been kicking goals his whole career. Just got tripped up there. Should be pretty stock standard from Luke Bruce.
Comes in and kicks the first goal for the Hawks. You hear the Bruce cries from the Hawthorn cheer squad behind the goals. Normally, there's quite a few Hawthorn supporters in Adelaide, and they'll have good representation here today.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It wasn't the Adelaide supporters booing him, was it? That
no.
Some people might think. But great start from Hawthorn. When you're travelling on the road, you want to get off to a good start, silence the crowd, and it all starts with a centre bounce. Meek was involved. We spoke about his matchup with Riley O'Brien just a moment ago. Drives the ball forward, get us forward 50 stoppage. Small, crafty forwards everywhere in this Hawthorn forward line. They hit the scoreboard. Great start.
The Hawks a goal. Adelaide yet to score. The Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile. So who's come into the Crows side for Brody Smith?
So Brody Smith are laid out with illness, and Dan Curtin gets an opportunity. He's going to start as the sub today.
He's been playing some good footy in the Sandful. Dan Curtin. As Laird gets a clearance, kicks a high ball towards Tex Walker at centre half forward. Hardwick ran under the footy, wrapped up by Ben Keys. And the umpire will come in and ball it up just on the paint of 50 at centre half forward for the Adelaide Crows.
Just looking at some of these matchups, I think Frost has gone to Riley Thilthorpe, who's deep. We've got Sicily up on Tex, a bit higher up at centre half forward.
Saligo wanted a free kick, threw the hands in the air. Berry and Jaff picked up by Scholl, snap towards goal, and it bounces the wrong side of the behind post. So we'll have a ball in the forward pocket, left forward pocket for the Crows.
Ben Keys buzzing around there, fresh off a career high 5 goals last week, Bonds. Pretty good game.
He was fantastic last week, wasn't he? Here's Rochelle, got a little give to Fogarty. Keys, the man you spoke of. His kick was smothered as well. Fogarty tackled by Weddle and sat on by Lloyd Meek, going nowhere. The ball up just outside the goal square for the Crows. Early in the first term here at Adelaide Oval. Keys goes off the ground, gets the first score for the Crows. It's a minor one. So they're one behind the Crows. The Hawks are a goal on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile. Bryce, what about an unmissable moment for Drinkwise? You won't miss a moment if you drink wise.
An unmissable moment.
Is there something that you're looking forward to today?
I'll get back to you.
All right.
Put me on the spot.
How about this man? Tex Walker's taken the mark just inside 50.
Well, we know he straightens him right up, Adelaide. He's still...
It'll be interesting to see how he moves today, Tex.
Playing well. He's going to look like he started this game up high at centre forward. We know the distance won't be a problem for him right here. He's going to be kicking it from about 55 right in front of us here on the broadcast side.
Drink wise, choose to drink wise. Taylor Walker from 52 metres. Looks nice off the boot. Just faded at the last minute. Thumped through by Sicily with his good arm. Another minor score to the Crows. They're 2 behinds. Hawthorn a goal. Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile. Carl Amon, kick-in duties. Kicks to the eastern side. Will Day bounced off a tackle. Had a bounce, running away from Riley O'Brien. The kick is very good to hit Watson on the chest. Watson, the kick inside 50 to the leading Bruce. That's good footy from the Hawks.
It was beautiful to watch, wasn't it? That's run and gun at its best. Coast-to-coast football. They've been doing that very well in recent weeks as Bruce runs around. Oh, geez, he's good.
Across the body. Made it look very, very easy to Luke Bruce. He's got 2 first quarter goals, and the Hawks are 2 goals. The Crows are 2 behind on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile.
Not a huge score source in the AFL in the modern game, going from fullback to kick a goal. Unbroken defence from the Adelaide Crows. That's terrific footy, and that just shows you a team when they're in form to be able to do that, move the ball with pace, couple of overlap handballs, couple of lovely kicks to the leading targets. Luke Bruce, it's hard to do that shot. He's had to kick that from about 40 out on the boundary, run around. Not a lot of room for error.
It's running hot for Ream, except nothing less than Australia's best. Ream is Luke Bruce. 2 goals inside the first 6 minutes of play here in the first quarter. Scrappy play in the middle. Dowling got the handball backwards. Meek and O'Brien. Balls at their feet. They were trying, both too big to bend down and pick it up. In the end, the umpire will come in and ball it up. Meek got the tap down again. Saligo ended up with the footy. Little give to Laird. To the running Bond off half back. Kicks towards Himmelberg. Josh Weddle grabs it on the bounce. Kicks down the line. Beautiful kick finds McDonald. A little give to Ward. Then back to Weddle. Just a good player, Weddle. Just steps around Saligo easily. Ran a long way. Ran too far, the umpire said. Josh Weddle's not sure. He said I had a bounce and I only ran 55 metres. Saligo the free kick. Goes long in the Himmelberg direction. Floating back. Lloyd Meek. Intercept mark.
Yeah, Himmelberg's got to be a bit better than that. He's got to try and create a contest. We know Meek's getting back to help his defence, as good ruckmen do. Himmelberg's just got to get a play on that, try and get it to ground.
Chase Jones, forward handball to Saligo. He went sideways to Bond, back to Jones, and a short kick O'Brien. Goes laterally to Laird. In the middle of Adelaide Oval, it's got Michael Annie on and finds him. Flat kick towards Walker, who had a little sit on Sicily and took the mark. Almost turned back the clock there, Tex. Nice little flight.
Nice little calf raise. There's interesting defence from the Hawks. It almost looked like they were setting up a bit of a zone. So when Laird had it in the middle, all the Hawthorn midfielders and defenders just were sort of guarding space, not a direct opponent, and Laird didn't have much option just to try and put it to an advantage. And Tex, nice little jump, takes a nice contested mark.
Lining up for the Crows. First goal straight in front snuck it in. Walker gets the first for Adelaide. And they go to 1-2. Hawthorn 2 straight on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile.
Yeah, good straighten up goal from the Adelaide Crows. They moved the ball back inside, which opened up the whole ground. Laird didn't muck around with it. They got it in there. Tex created the contest, takes the mark, and from about 35 out, you're always a bit unsure how he's going to kick those ones because he just stabs at him a little bit. Nearly missed it. You prefer him having a shot from the 50 arc. That's where his sweet spot is. But the ex-captain gets the first major on the board for the Crows.
AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies, and for Tyre Power best on road. Good bounce by the umpire. Day picks the ball up cleanly, gets the clearance, kicks inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one battle. Chase Jones with the spoil. Borlays He's tackled by Moore, and the umpire's going to ping him here. Geez, that was harsh, I thought. Have a look at this, Bryce. What did you think?
I thought initially that he had no prior opportunity, Bonds, but he got tackled and the ball spilled out, and he actually dragged the ball back in under him, and that's what the umpire saw. He was right on the spot. So the first initial tackle, I don't think he's paid holding the ball, but he's dragged it back in ball ace, and that's what the umpire's seen and paid.
McDonald, the free kick from 45 metres, not much angle. Goal umpire didn't move. 3 on the board for the Hawks. McDonald gets his first. And the Hawks are 3 goals, 18. 10-point leaders over the Crows, 1-2-8 on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. $20 off for 6 months with Mate Internet. Use the promo code KER20 at checkout. Bryce Gibbs, our expert for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship expert. Anything you've seen early in this one, Bryce, that has caught your eye?
I think that both teams are still trying to just feel each other out a little bit. We've seen Hawthorn get their run and carry game going. That certainly looks dangerous. So Adelaide are going to have to be careful of that. Some of their half-backers, we've seen Meat go on a couple of searching runs, getting involved in the play. So I'll have to watch that, the Adelaide Crows.
Himmelberg into the ruck for the Adelaide Crows. Berry dropped the footy. Nash into the middle for the Hawks. He might be in trouble here. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll ball it up. Crows fans not happy. Himmelberg and Meek. Meek won the tap down. Scholl tried to burst the tackle. Getting a handball out. Meek went again. Warple outside of the boot. Good spoil from Borlays at half forward. Saligo got the hands high, then handballed it out to space. Luke Bruce gathered the ball. He was brought to ground. Umpire pinged him straight away. Tackle from Chase Jones. Luke Bruce had no chance.
He didn't have much prior opportunity either. It was a great tackle, great ball get. Good footy all round, but the umpire thought he had a chance to dispose of the footy.
Billy Dowling to the outer wing. Meek in a good spot, got hands to it. Couldn't complete the mark, went out of bounds. We'll have a ball in for Spitwater high pressure washers. And maybe some stats for Hijaz Halal Financial Services. Bryce, we'll come to you with those in a minute. The throw in. Meek again wins the tap straight to Connor Nash. His kick to centre half forward. Hinge just tapped it to his own advantage. Then to Scholl, back to Hinge. Hinge to the leader, Keys down the wing. Excellent kick, good footy, Crows. Keys wants to go. He's got Dowling in the middle of Adelaide Oval. Long, high kick. Fogarty will fly at the back. Thilthorpe there as well. Loop the handball over to Walker, who will run into an open goal and kick it for the Crows. Walker gets his second. And a good running goal from the Adelaide Crows from one end to the other. And on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard, make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile. The Adelaide Crows 2-2-14. Hawthorn 3 goals, 18.
Well, fighting fire with fire, the Adelaide Crows. We've seen Hawthorn go coast to coast. This time it was Adelaide's turn. And it was Lockie Scholl getting back as that winger, as he's done all year, just to provide that 2v1. And the kick inside, back inside it was from Hinge to Ben Keys. Actually, Sicily had the outside and was guarding perimeter, but he took a chance to drag it back inside. Keys took a great mark, got the ball back through the middle. Some run overlap, got it into Tex. Little Joe the Goose over the top. He wasn't going to miss that one. Well done.
Running hot for Ream. Taylor Walker. Only 2 goal kickers, one at each end. Nash will get the clearance. Hawks winning the centre clearance battles at the moment. Inside 50. Warple was taken high. Umpire called play on. The Crows are away. Bond was Saligo actually struck the tackle. Kick towards Thilthorpe at half forward. Walker was there as well. Lockie Murphy laid a strong tackle. Saligo, little give to Walker. Walker shot the handball forward. Jath for the Hawks. Showed a bit of composure. Little sideways handball to Amon. Kick down the line has found Moore. Kick back inside. Went about 13 metres to Scrimshaw. Switches on. Frost. To this broadcast side. John Newcomb looks a different player with his haircut like that. Fair dinkum. Kick from Hardwick to full forward. Watson got a bad bounce. Chol, his first touch of the foot, he couldn't even actually get a hand on it. Watson stole the handball, snapped towards goal, the Wizard! It wobbled its way through, but he just ripped the handball. The Bullets was handballing backwards. He stole it, snapped on the left shoe, and the Hawks have got 4 on the board of the Mate Mobile Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Make the switch to Mate Internet and Mobile.
Well, this kid's impressive, isn't he? He's come in and made a huge impact in this Hawks side this year. 10 games, 11 goals. That will be his 12th for the year. Just picked his pocket on the left foot. Probably didn't come off quite like how he wanted it, but it's not going to say in the paper tomorrow morning how it went through. It's going to go down to 6 points. That was fantastic. Fantastic footy, fantastic crumbing skill from Watson on that occasion. It was a good game, Bond, so far.
Good running footy. It's nice and open play, just what we want to see. We're here for TAC. Wear a seatbelt, not the consequences. Paul Bonds and Bryce Gibbs with you. Laird broke the tackle of Warple. Cuts back inside. Kicks inside forward 50s. Going over the head of Himmelberg. Free kick Adelaide. There's some holding off the ball. Scrimshaw was holding Thilthorpe. The umpire was right on it.
Well, that's just the size of Thilthorpe, isn't it? He is a big man mountain. We know the work he's put in the gym since having that knee injury. Spent 5 days in the gym, I think he said, 5 or 6 days. And you can tell by looking at those biceps, they're big pythons now. When the ball's coming in quick like that, defenders, it's going to be hard not to grab hold of him.
Will kick from 40 metres. It wobbled off the boots. Not his best. Snuck it in for a minor score. 2 goals, 3-15 the Crows. 4 goals straight, 24 the Hawks. On the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Going around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. The Pies defeated the Tigers 93-67 earlier today. The Hawks are away on the outer side. Day just held it up a little and then kicked to a 1-on-1. Watson and Chase Jones close to the boundary line, goes out about 45 metres around at left half forward for the Hawks.
Yeah, they're happy to have the small forwards, one out in the 50. That was Watson, obviously a small crumbing forward, and Chase Jones. Those were the only 2 players in that forward 50 when Hawthorn went forward then.
18 minutes gone in the first term. Short throw in. Nash went with the boot rather than trying to tap it. Warple's tackled and will have a stoppage. Zach Taylor applying the tackle. He's playing his 3rd game of AFL, Zach Taylor. Moore thought he got tackled high. Umpire has seen something.
Well,
it was a late whistle, I think.
Well, it was the umpire that saw it from the other end of the ground, so I'm not sure what he saw from that angle, but the umpire, who was only about 5 metres away from the play, called play on. The umpire would have been 120 metres away when he called that.
He might be a bit lucky here, Dylan Moore. He'll have to kick from probably right on 50. About a 25-degree angle. Lays back on the ball. Has it got the distance? It has. 5 in a row for the Hawks. 5 goals, 30. Adelaide, 2-3-15. And yeah, the Hawks have had a good start here at the Adelaide Oval, Bryce.
Yeah, they have 5 straight, kicking very accurately. Adelaide, 2 goals, 3. They've had their chances as well. But sometimes you need a bit of luck in this game. Rory Laird, watching the replay, he's got his arms out saying, what was that for?
Yeah, replay for Bunnings trade. It's here to help.
Got a couple of major ball winners here. 20 minutes gone into this first quarter, Bond. Saligo started really well with 9, Rory Laird 5, and Tex has 4. And for the Hawks, Will Day 4, Josh Ward 3, and Jai Newcomb 3 for Hijaz Halal Financial Services.
Thanks, Bryce. I'll give you the fantasy leader as well for Red Energy. Switch to Red Energy. Taylor Walker with 29, Saligo 26, O'Brien 21. All the Crows leading the fantasy points at the moment. Scholl tackled by Jaff, pulled off the footy and was held on to just a little bit too long. Lockie Scholl, the free kick. Darting ball inside 50. Himmelberg flew. Staying down front and centre was Weddle. Got a quick kick away. And the intercept mark being taken by Nankervis, who has the brightest boots on the ground. Oh, there's a couple of fluoro yellow ones out there. Kicks towards O'Brien, the unlikely leader inside forward 50. Murphy, the handball to Saligo. Taylor off a step around the body, playing goalkeeper Frost. Marks in the goal square. Kicks out to the leading Scrimshaw. He wants to move it quickly and turns it over. Chase Jones. The outer wing. Pretty crowded in front of him. The Crows take a big mark inside forward 50. A couple will fly and Fogarty will grab it. In the end, the Hawks, it was almost two Adelaide Crows fighting amongst that mark, Fogarty and Thilthorpe. And Fogarty clunked it.
Yeah, just too easy, wasn't it? With the time you get to set up, find your man, and then just fly. No one sort of went up to compete with Darcy Fogarty. He was allowed to have a free jump at it, and what good forwards do, goes and takes what nearly was an uncontested mark.
And he's hit the post, Fogarty. So there a couple of chances gone begging here for the Adelaide Crows in the first quarter. They're 2-4-16. The Hawks are 5 straight 30. We've gone 22 minutes in the first term. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies. And for Tyre Power, best on road. As the ball's been kicked out on the full. Another poor skill error. As Ben Keys will take the free kick. Deep in the forward pocket. The scoreboard pocket here at Adelaide Oval. Plays on, Keys. Kicks from 47 metres. He's kicked the goal. Come back with the leg. You see on the Bunnings Trade replay. It's here to help. Just swung in. He gave it a bit of body language too to help it through. Keys gets his first.
Well, he's in good goal-kicking form, Ben Keys. And I reckon if you want where you want to kick a goal here at Adelaide Oval, it's right in front of the hill, right in front of the scoreboard, right on the boundary, and that's exactly where Ben Keys was. He did this really smart, so tucked up right against the fence. He just caught the Hawthorn player napping, who was standing on the mark. He took off, opened the angle up, was on his preferred side there on his left foot, and he almost was talking at home. He was willing it to sneak in the goalpost, and it did. Well done, Ben Keys. Up the 3 touches, got a clearance, and now a goal to his name.
Bunnings Trade replay. Wherever you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help. Another centre clearance of the Hawks. Inside 50, off hands. Deere got a little handball to McDonald. His kick went straight up in the air and straight down. Nash trying to burst his way through. Bond did burst his way through. Little give to Scholl, and now Walker marks. Centre wing, broadcast side, wants to play on. He's been corralled by McDonald. It's back on the left. Kicks towards Himmelberg, who takes the mark over Scrimshaw. Crows look a little switched on here now. Kicks inside 50. Thilthorpe in a good spot. Fell to Murphy. His snap is a goal! Now the Crows are running hot for Ream. Murphy gets his first. The Adelaide Crows are 4-4-22. Hawthorn 5 straight 30.
Yeah,
make that 28 2-point game.
Great spot from Lockie Murphy. Elliot Himmelberg, the tools from Adelaide starting to have an impact. Elliot Himmelberg up on the forward flank, gets it in to Riley Thilthorpe, who doesn't mark it but brings the ball to ground and brings the Crummers into the game. Lockie Murphy in the right spot, snaps around his body. It's almost his bread and butter. We've seen Hawthorn getting in on top around the centre clearances, getting it to half forward, but unable to lock it in, allowing Adelaide to go coast to coast, and they're scoring. Every time Adelaide seem to go inside forward 50, they're scoring. Here it is, 10 shots from 11 inside 50s, Bond. So the Hawthorn defence under extreme pressure at the moment.
Bryce Gibbs, our expert for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Will Day, tackled by O'Brien, just got the handball away in time. D'Ambrosio, kick smothered by Lockie Scholes, had a good first quarter. Scholes, handball came out to Michael Alley, kicks towards Himmelberg, close to the boundary line. Impey kept it in. They've turned it over again, the Hawks. Scholes kicks inside forward 50. Sicily in a battle. Cook picked up the footy. Little give to Rochelle. Great tackle, Weddle. That should be holding the ball, and is.
He's got great versatility, Weddle. We've seen him stand Tex Walker at times in this game already. That was Rochelle. A bit smaller, a bit agile, still able to tackle him, wrap him up, get hold of the ball.
Kicks to a big pack. Floating across. Michael Annie couldn't take the mark. Nankervis. Handball out to Scholl. Short pass. Finds Murphy. 60 from home. Swings around. Bombs it inside 50. Will Day all by himself. Uncontested mark. Taylor Walker putting his arms up, saying, why were you kicking it to the bloke in white?
He wanted a bit more central, Tex. The kick was a little bit closer to the boundary, which is fine. Makes the ball defendable, but Tex wanted advantage side in the corridor.
Newcomb brought to ground by Murphy, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. I haven't mentioned this, but the Hawks are in the old school white jumper with the big hawk blazoned across the chest. Looks fantastic. Ball's on the deck. No one's getting that out, so we'll have another ball up. For Red Energy, switch to Red Energy. Fantasy points. Taylor Walker still leading, 35. Lockie Murphy, 27. Saligo, 26. Scrappy stuff. The ball came out to Saligo. His little chip kick. Inside 50. Will Day under pressure from Thilthorpe. The ball went out of bounds. It'll be a ball then in the right forward pocket for the Crows, about 30 metres around from the behind post. Great to have you with us on AFL Nation. For Chemist Warehouse, the Pies defeated Richmond earlier today. As from that throw-in, we'll get another throw-in. Down on the boundary for Spitwater. High pressure washes. Crowd's built too. It's a bit light on early, but they're packed in now. Good crowd for a cold Sunday. Sun shining. And a high tackle. It's Lockie Murphy on the bottom of that pack. It's Jake Saligo, actually. So he'll have a set shot, probably a bit more than a 45-degree angle, and he'll have to kick it from 48 metres. So he'll take his best kick, Jake Saligo.
Yeah, he looks relatively confident. He's got the journey in him here. He started this game unbelievably well, Jake Saligo. This will be his 11th touch of the footy, his 5th kick, 150 metres gain already.
Nice contact as it got the legs. Walker almost took it on the line. Dowling, did he kick the goal or did he miss the footy? It's still alive. Dowling was claiming a goal. I don't think it crossed the line. We'll have to check on the Bunnings replay. Bunnings trade replay is here to help. Bryce?
Well, he was jumping up and down claiming the goal, and the ball was still in the goal square. Everyone was still playing, so he was pretty confident he'd kicked it. We're going to a goal review here.
So there was a Hawthorn player on the line as well. So it looks like Scrimshaw. Did he tap it back in before it crossed the line? Did Dowling get a boot on it?
The umpire is right on the spot. Soft call is a behind. Well, if it's touched and it's gone through.
It definitely hit the leg of Dowling.
I think it's going to be a goal, Bonds.
You see the goal post. Oh, Billy Dowling's blocking the ball as well. I'm not sure if you can.
Oh, that's a goal.
Definitive.
I think that's a goal.
It should be a goal.
I think there's a bit of, you can see a little bit of daylight there.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bryce. Still up in the arc. We've gone 29, almost 30 minutes in this term. Maccas make it McSmart with a new McSmart meal.
Let's just come off his knee. That's what they'll be looking at as well.
Yeah, I thought it was below the knee.
If it touches above the knee, obviously that doesn't count as a disposal.
The Hawks lead it by 2 points. 30 plays 28.
There you go.
There we go. So from the arc, it will be signalled a minor score. One behind. Makes it a 1 point game. Adelaide 4-5-29. Hawthorn 5 straight 30. It took a while, but I think we got the right result in the end, Bryce.
I think we did, Bonds. Play on.
Amon kicks to the outer side in the bright sunshine. Chase Jones. High kick inside forward 50. Hardwick went up. Saligo stayed down. Great handball out to Scholl. He gave it to Walker. Tech snapped around the corner and hit the top of the goalposts. They're peppering away here, Adelaide.
They are. It's another repeat entry. Another shot on goal. This is world record efficiency by the Adelaide Football Club to start this game. Danger signs for the Hawks. Conceded 10 shots already.
Carl Amon, kick to the outer side. Deer led a long way from the forward line. Took an uncontested mark at the end. I like the look of this kid, Bryce. Cal Shadir. And intercept mark's been taken by O'Brien. He played on, though. Ginnivan was tackled. First time we've called him today. I don't know if he's had a stat yet. Ginnivan, has he, Bryce?
Yet to record a disposal. Jack Ginnivan, fresh off 30 plus and a couple of goals.
Stats for Hijaz Vallejo Financial Services. Moore. Now Warple brought to ground by Saligo. Great tackle. Should have been holding the bill. The umpire called play on. Rochelle inside 50. Thilthorpe on the lead. Takes the grab. 40 metres out. Straight in front. He'll go back and have a set shot. Just the Crows look dangerous with their big marking targets inside forward 50. Fogarty, Thilthorpe, Walker and Himmelberg down there as well.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's their mids just rolling their sleeves up. The uncontested game, 36 to 22. So they're winning it at the contest, driving the ball forward. And as you said, these tall Crows forwards are creating havoc for the Hawks defenders.
Crowd like it. So does Riley. Thilthorpe gets his first. And the Adelaide Crows hit the front. They're 5-6-36. Hawthorn to 5 straight 30 on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard.
Just applying immense pressure to the Hawthorn defence. They're going at 81% efficiency every time they go inside forward 50. 80% of the time they're scoring. Huge number. Hawthorn just need to possess the ball a little bit more. They're kicking it down the line, losing that contest. Adelaide have been able to slingshot back through the middle, back through the corridor with ease, supplying these forwards with a lot of ball, and the forwards aren't letting them down.
So Walker with 2, Keys with 1, Murphy with 1 and Thilthorpe with 1. For the Hawks, Bruce with a couple and singles to McDonald, Watson and Moore as we close in on quarter time. Another centre clearance win to the Hawks. As Newcomb shot the handball out to Jath. Jath wobbled one inside forward 50. Marviol Chol got a little tap back towards goal, but there's plenty of Crows there. Down the line, off hands, Jath. Up to Ginnivan inside 50. Nankervis flew and take the intercept mark. Wants to get up and play quickly. He's got Scholl in the back pocket and finds him. Goes a little wider. Cook still inside his defensive 50 in the sunshine on the outer side. Good crowd in. Kicks towards O'Brien and Meek. Day was there as well with the spoil. Came off hands to Meek. Tackled by Thilthorpe. Umpire will ball it up. Fair first quarter, Bryce. We've seen 10 goals.
Almost 35 minutes gone, too, Bonds. off the back of that.
Putting in overtime tonight, you and I, as Keane takes it over the boundary line. 55-minute long first quarter. And quite a long delay for a goal review. And he next just shown on the screen. He looks reasonably happy. As the siren finally goes here to end the first quarter. And it's Adelaide who have the lead. They're 5-6-36. Hawthorn 5 goals 30. Back for the second quarter action. This is AFL Nation.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Mate Internet and Mobile. $20 off for 6 months with Mate Internet. Use promo code KER20 at checkout.
Hi, it's Shelley Craft. For locally made gift ideas that shine like green and gold, check out Australian Made's top Aussie products. The go-to resource to find the very best Aussie-made goodies. From handcrafted homewares and accessories to innovative Aussie inventions, you'll find a top Aussie product for every occasion. Each one carries the trusted green and gold kangaroo logo, so you can be sure it's genuinely Aussie. Hop to australianmade.com.au/top Aussie and support local while you shop.
The Boss's Treat Coffee Run.
Okay, let's see then.
The perfect time to head to bizcover.com.au and check out a whole range of business insurance options for your shop.
Loading retailer.
Because only BizCover lets you compare, save, and get instant cover online, on the go, in minutes.
$300 saving? Wow. 4 large caps and a chocolate cake, please.
Check how much a retailer like you could save on your business insurance. For on-the-go cover.
Go BizCover.
Get that winning feeling with the pain management team. Deep Heat, your ultimate locker room warm-up partner, helps enhance performance and reduce the risk of injury. When injury strikes, cool down with Ice Gel to reduce pain and discomfort. Pain still persisting? Pain Relief Naproxen liquid capsules deliver rapid 12-hour relief from pain and inflammation. Fast targeted pain relief from an iconic brand you know and trust. Deep Heat. Feel it work. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Incorrect use could be harmful.
That roast chicken? Maybe halal. That snack pack? Yep, halal. Dad's investment portfolio. How on earth would you tell? Talk to Hijaz Financial Services, helping Muslim Australians secure halal super, home loans and investments. Hijaz Financial Services. Definitely halal. HijazFS.com.au.
This information is provided by Hijaz Financial Advisors, Proprietary Limited, AFSL 517686, and Hijaz Islamic Credit Solutions, Proprietary Limited, ACL 480542, and does not take into account your objectives, financial situation or needs.
Whether you need a dozer to push through the clay or a mobile crusher to crush and convey, a sturdy truck and trailer or a tractor to tow, front-end loaders or graders, Yellowgate's got what you need to grow. Whatever your business, whatever equipment you may need, Yellowgate is ready to help you succeed. Offering a flexible rent now, buy later solution to multiple industries. Yellowgate, the industry experts for long-term equipment rental with an ownership option. Visit ygg.com.au.
The Sounding Board with Craig Hutchison and Damien Barrett. It's sport, it's the media, it's talking about the issues that matter.
When I first saw my company, and I don't know how I happened to be on the ABC News on this occasion, but I did see it. I didn't mind it. Like, I thought, what is this? And then I didn't mind it, weirdly enough.
Let's talk about that segment. Like, judge it in 6 months, because we're a cynical country. We find everything new non-funny. When you put a new Australian comedy show on, people sit down and they go, oh, I bet you this will be rubbish. Oh, well, that wasn't funny. We just talk everything down straight away. Like, you look at the front bar, the genius of the front bar was they gave it 18 months on AFL.com. They did. And let it find an audience.
Yeah.
If they'd put that on Channel 7, people would have gone, oh, Mick Malloy's passed it. Oh, I don't get the Sam Pang guy. Oh, the Andy Mars. Like,
we can't have beer on TV.
We are just so... Our instant reaction to anything new is that's not funny. It actually takes our palate a while to develop an understanding or an interest in the stick.
The Sounding Board podcast with Hutchie and Damo. Thanks to Drinkwise. If you're choosing to have a drink, choose to drink wise.
Hi, Josh Kennedy here. If you're looking to support a 100% Aussie energy retailer that's backed by Snowy Hydro, a leader in renewable energy, and has an amazing team of consultants all based here in Australia, you should give our friends at Red Energy a call today. They're good people, they have competitive rates, and they'll look after you. In fact, tell them I sent you. Call 131 806 or go to redenergy.com.au. Eligibility criteria and conditions apply.
You're listening to AFL Nation for Tyre Power.
champions for road safety and tyre recycling. And 4 and 20 pies. You can't have footy without a 4 and 20 pie.
Pretty stock standard from Luke Bruce.
Comes in and kicks the first goal for the Hawks. Across the body. Made it look very, very easy, did Luke Bruce. Straight in front and snuck it in. Walker gets the first for Adelaide. McDonald, the free kick from 45 metres. Not much angle. Goal umpire didn't move. 3 on the board for the Hawks. Plays on, Keys. Kicks from 47 metres. He's kicked the goal. Crowd like it. So does Riley. Philthorpe gets his first.
Macca's, I'm loving it moments.
Make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal.
Highlights for Macca's. Make it McSmart with a new McSmart meal. Paul Bonza, Bryce Gibbs with you. Bryce for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. What did you like in that first quarter?
Well, I loved the way Hawthorn started this game. Looked like they had a lot of energy, hit the scoreboard nice and early, but then I saw all the Adelaide Crows for most of that quarter, Bonds, and just their size up forward. They just were able to, they were losing centre bounce, conceding that Hawthorn winning that stat 6-2, but then from half back their run and drive, getting it into the tall forwards. They're outstretching the Hawthorn defence. Walker, Philthorpe, Fogarty, Himmelberg, they're marking the ball. They've had 13 shots from 16 entries. So Hawthorn's team defence, which has been a real strength of theirs in the last couple of weeks, I reckon Sam Mitchell would have been a bit flat with that. So hopefully they can tidy that up in this second quarter.
Second quarter underway. Meek to Newcomb today. And the Hawks get the centre clearance as well. Again, rather. Watson threw that to Deere. The umpire was right there. No disguising that one. Just absolute chucked it.
So the ball's deep in Hawthorn's 50 here. They just need to try and stop the ball, not allow Adelaide to transition like they did so easily in that first quarter.
Keys and Hardwick wrestle for the footy at half forward, broadcast side. We'll have a ball up. Great first quarter of footy. Lockie Scholl just toe poked it off the ground. Will Day had a good first quarter, tried to break the tackle, wasn't quick enough. Zach Taylor the free kick. Taking his time, weighing up his options. And we'll just go long down the line. Philthorpe's got a good run at this one. In front, Weddle, strong mitts. Good grab from the Hawthorn number 23. We've seen the 23 take a few grabs in its time. Went to Scrimshaw, down the line, Impey. They got some run now, the Hawks. McDonald gave it to Ward. Short kick. Found Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore went to McDonald, who ran on. Got taken out. Watson played on, took the advantage. He's going to run, put the Jets on and kick a point. Slammed it into the post. Jeez, he's got some speed, Gibber.
He certainly has got some wheels. And he took off. It was a good advantage too. Tried to kick at the banana. Just couldn't quite sneak it in. But Dylan Moore, a couple of efforts out on the wing. Fantastic for Hawthorn. He's having a fantastic year. Should be in the All-Australian.
You would think so.
40
yeah.
Chat, you would think, Bonds?
Yeah, you'd think so. Kicked 27 goals for the year as well.
Averaging over 20 disposals as well.
Jarman Impey will bomb it back inside 50 for the Hawks. Cowshadir got to the front. Although there's a free kick, Mitch Hinge was pushed in the back. And he will get the free kick, about 25 out from his own goal.
Another player having a fantastic year, Mitch Hinge.
The switch will come broadcast side. Keane thought about going back the same way. Instead went short to Mike Elani. Took it on the half volley. Down to Philthorpe. Got a little shove from Frost. Umpire saw it. Philthorpe the free kick. And the shadows of the Western Grandstand. Has a bounce, the big man. Goes long towards Fogarty. In front, Impey. Down Sicily. But the handball was intercepted. Now picked up by Impey. Ball fell out. Fogarty over the top to Scholl. He was crunched to the ground. Weddle was bought. knocked down as well, but the tackle was high from Fogarty. Josh Weddle will win the free kick at half-back for the Hawks.
This game so far, James Sicily hasn't had any impact as he takes a mark here on the half-back flank. We know he's had some arm issues. We know we've seen him go forward, Bond, so Sam Mitchell will have that up his sleeve if the skipper continues not to have much of an impact as that intercept marking defender.
Jarman Impey floating across Newcombe, off hands. Day tried to rip the ball out of Scholl's hands, and we'll have a ball up about a metre in from the boundary for Spitwater. High pressure washes right in front of your AFL Nation commentary position. Zach Taylor tried to get the handball through. Meek intercepted. Got it to Newcombe. Warple. Hurried kick off the hands of Meek, out of bounds. We'll have another throw in. Power rankings for Red Energy. Switch to Red Energy. Walker 39. Saligo 35. Scholl 35. Meek 33. On the Elders scoreboard, you can rely on Elders. It's a 5-point lead to the Crows. 36 plays 31. We've gone 4 minutes in the second term. Been a bit of a slow start to the second term. Some electric footy in the first quarter. 10 goals kicked.
Yeah, I can tell the Hawks midfielders are just putting the clamps on a little bit here, which is what they needed to do. It's been coast-to-coast footy. They've put an extra in and around the ball. D'Ambrosio's coming up as the extra mid, just getting more numbers around the ball. We've seen about 3 or 4 repeat stoppages here. It's a good way to just slow the tempo down, slow the momentum down, try and get it back on their terms.
On the ball up, Ginnivan outside of the boot, spirals it inside forward 50. Watson come to meet it. Hinge was right there with him. He's got it now, Hinge. Got the little give from Dowling. Kicks it haphazardly, getting a good bounce was Walker. Tried to tap it onto Rochelle. Rochelle gathers the footy now. Now he's in trouble. Weddle came from the weak side, tackled him. And now the Hawks are away again. Scrimshaw played on immediately. Got it to Moore. Dylan Moore back inside to Scrimshaw, who kept running. The forward handball, Cowshadir tried to sell some candy. Now he's in trouble. Just got the ball away in time. Thilthorpe, little give. Taylor goes with the outside of the boot. No one there. It's going to roll out of bounds. This should be insufficient intent. It is. And Jarman Impey will get the free kick. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 Pies. G'day to Pete from 4 and 20. Hope you're tuning in and enjoying the footy. And for Tyre Power, your trusted local. The new look. Jai Newcombe has the footy. Short to Warple. To Weddle. Weddle long. Nankervis in a good spot. Keane got his hands on it. Couldn't take the mark. Michael Annie. I'm having trouble with his name today, Max. I might just call him Max. Goes to Fogarty, who marks at half-back. Fogarty to the leader, Keys. Hardwick with him. Ball goes out of bounds for Spitwater. High pressure washes.
Yeah, they'll take that, the Crows. I'm not sure that was the right option from Fogarty. He didn't have much ahead of him. 50-50 ball. Keys leading at him. He just needed to hold the ball a little bit. Let a few numbers work across to give him an option, but spoiled out of bounds. Stoppage here right in front of us on the wing.
Bryce Gibbs for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Good pick up from Saligo. The pressure came, though, threw the handball out to Berry. Berry kicks to half forward. Jarman Impey read it best, but couldn't complete the mark. Sicily mopped up. Little give to Amon. Berry back with the flight was good. Hawthorn have numbers. Jaff. Now Nash just threw the ball out and hope. Chase Jones ran onto it, tackled by Newcombe. And then we'll have a ball up. Bond's got the job on Ginnivan, Bryce. Been good so far.
He's a hard man to play on, Bond. Just gets the job done. Solid, strong body. Very diligent in his role.
Keys was coat hanged by Warple. We'll get the free kick. Easy decision for the umpire. Berry didn't like the coat hanger. Was just letting Josh Warple know all about it. James Warple even. Keys in the pocket, big pack of players. Fogarty in the middle, got hands to it. Comes out to Laird, quickly gathers it, kicks it back inside forward 50. Falls to Keys. His snap at goal was intercepted, getting low and taken high. It was Watson. Well done by Sicily, just got a hand in there.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to get your hands around the waist of Watson if you're Elliot Himmelberg, isn't it?
Yeah, 190 centimetres.
On the Elders scoreboard, you can rely on Elders. 36 plays 31, the Crows lead it. CJ Jath looks to the wing. Riley O'Brien put it back inside forward 50. Straight back to Jath. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies, and for Tyre Power, your trusted local. Jath towards Marbiel Chol, who takes the mark on the wing. He's got the run of Carl Amon. Has one bounce, has a second. Running down the western wing, a third bounce on his left. Screws it back inside. It went straight along the ground. Not a great kick. McDonald picks it up. Handball back to Newcomb from 49 metres. Newcomb goes bang. Well, we've seen no scoring in this quarter. And all of a sudden, Jai Newcomb bombs one from 49.
Yeah, fantastic footy. And I really like the adjustment Hawthorn have made. They've just tried to slow this game down a little bit. It was a bit of a shootout early in the first quarter, allowing Adelaide to have 11 scoring shots. No, that's not what the game they want to play. Their defence, their team defence has been so good in the last month, 5-6 weeks. We've seen it here in this second quarter. Getting numbers around the stoppages, allowing dump kicks from the Crows. They're marking it off half back, and that was great transition footy. Carl Amon, if it's not Sicily being that quarterback, it's him. He's the one providing a lot of run. Good footy.
Around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. Head into Chemist Warehouse for great savings every day. The Pies by 26 points. As the Crows will get the clearance. O'Brien inside 50. Rochelle caught one in the back of the scone. And we'll get a free kick, only 30 metres out, straight in front.
Yeah, it looked like it was there on the Bunnings trade replay. The skipper, Sicily.
It's an old-fashioned ear massage, that one.
Just tapped him a little bit high. He was almost going to drop it, Rochelle. O'Brien's kick looked to be just over his head. He did get a hand to it. Free kick was there.
Rochelle puts it through. The quick answer from the Adelaide Crows, and they go back in front by 5 points. They're 7-6-42, and the Hawks 6-1-37 on the Elders scoreboard. Looking for an agent you can rely on? Trust the team at Elders Real Estate.
Yeah, good response from Adelaide. It was a centre-bounce clearance to Rory Laird. He was the one that got it out to Riley O'Brien, who from the ruck contest pushed hard forward. He got the ball just inside the centre square. Not ideally the man you want kicking the ball inside 50, but Rochelle was open, tried to find him. Sicily came in a little bit too late with the free kick. So great response to the Adelaide Crows.
AFL Nation for TAC. Wear a seatbelt, not the consequences. Great game of footy here to close out the round at the Adelaide Oval. Great crowd in. Meek in the ruck. Little give up to Warple. The fend off to Berry was nice. Kick to half forward. McDonald had to pick it up on the half volley. The pressure came. Himmelberg, and he's now under pressure. Went to handball, and umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt.
I thought that might have been his prior opportunity. Umpire didn't think so.
Rochelle picks it up cleanly. Kick was horrible. Went out on the full. Free kick to James Sicily in game number 150 for the Sis.
couple of major ball winners, Bonds. Jake Saligo having a good game, up to 13. Lockie Scholl with 12, running hard on the wing all day as he's done all year. Rory led up to 10 for the Crows. Will Dade 9, Carl Amon 9, and James Warple 8 for the Hawks, thanks to Hijaz Halal Financial Service.
Thanks, Gibber. The ball sort of crawled its way to half forward for the Hawks and will go out of bounds for Spitwater High Pressure Cleaners, made tough and ready in Australia. .42 plays 37 on the Elders scoreboard. You can rely on Elders. Ball in just outside 50 for the Hawks. Nash, little give to Jaff. Immelberg on the bottom of that pack, tried to shovel it out. Eventually comes out to Warple, spirals it inside 50. Borlay's the spoil. Bruce gathered the footy, handball towards Chol. Chol to McDonald. McDonald to Watson. He's running too fast for his own legs. Fell over. The ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in the opposite forward pocket. Left forward pocket about 25 around from the Hawks goal. Got the speed wobbles up there.
He has a crack, doesn't he?
He does. You know, the replay there for Bunnings Trade. Here to help. Throw in, short throw in. Meek got there. Double-fisted it. Ball is socked towards the goals but goes out of bounds. We'll have another throw in.
These stoppages look dangerous for Hawthorn. Some of their small forwards just running through the stoppage with pace. Adelaide are going to have to be careful not to give away a free kick here.
Himmelberg and Meek. Again, Meek got front position. Luke Bruce tackled. Going nowhere. For Red Energy, switch to Red Energy. Fantasy points. Meek leads now with 44. Riley O'Brien 42. So the two rucks top your fantasy points. Berry clamped by Nash. We'll have another ball up. Just a bit of a hush over the Adelaide Oval at the moment. Ginnivan. Bond's been wearing him all day. Doesn't let him out this time either.
Holding up well here, the Adelaide defence. Got Watson running through. Ginnivan running through. Bruce running through.
Scholl running through. Gathers the footy and kicks it outside 50. Scrimshaw takes the mark. Put the wall up behind behind the forward 50. Scrimshaw, Sicily. Aim on Weddle. We're waiting for that ball to come out. Scrimshaw just bombs it high and long. Top of the goal square. Chol. Little give to Deer. Outside of the boot. Goal! Cowshadeer. You just sort of felt that was coming, Gibber. The ball just stayed in there and stayed in there. Eventually, little give from Chol to Cowshadeer. Deer gets his first, and the Hawks are back in front by a point on the Elders scoreboard. You can rely on Elders.
Well, that's what building pressure looks like, Bonds. Repeat stoppages in your forward 50. Usually it's not the first entry that you score on. It's usually the second one. Adelaide were able to get it out through Scholl. It was banged back in. Good contest. It was Marbiel Chol who actually did the crumbing. Cat-like reflexes. Nankervis tried to wrap him up. Handballs it on. Just that build-up of pressure. Hawthorn score. It's a good way to play your footy.
Around the ground for Chemist Warehouse. Collingwood by 26 points. I'll get you to get the score of the Bulldogs Sydney game as well, Bryce, when you get a chance. Chol into the ruck. Tap down to Ward. Ward inside 50 for the Hawks. Deer went with the spoil. Watson stayed down. Tackled. Footy came loose. Nankervis. Wobbly kick to Dowling, who hung on to it in front of D'Ambrosio.
Bonds, Sydney, 4 goals, 3-27. The Western Bulldogs, 9 goals, 10-64. The Western Bulldogs with a 37-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Scores for Chemist Warehouse. Thanks, Bryce. Billy Dowling kept the ball in, kicked it high, 25 metres. Frost in front, just tapped it out into open space. Laird to Berry. Tried the fend off on Nash. No good. Great tackle, Connor Nash. The birthday boy, Gibber. A little birthday present for him.
It's nice, isn't it? Sam Mitchell would have been happy with that. Looked like they were out, Adelaide. Big tackle.
Josh Ward. Just kick it to the top of the square. They all fly. Keane, the big spoil. Moore, handball back over his head to a voice, and the voice came from McDonald. McDonald missed the target of Jaff. Great tackle, Hinge. Brought him to ground. Footy came loose to Jones. Chase Jones down the wing. Scrimshaw back with the flight. Takes the mark on the chest. They're going to switch it now. It goes back to centre half forward Frost. He's got Weddle in the middle. Decides to go wider to D'Ambrosio. And just hanging on to the footy. Short to Amon. Called to play on, not the required. Kicks to half forward. Keane in a good spot here. The spoil came from behind. Day, a couple of side steps, then looks at the goal from 49 metres. Will Day. Might have kicked goal of the day, Will. And on the Elders scoreboard, you can rely on Elders. The Hawks are 8-1-49. The Adelaide Crows 6-6-42.
One word for you, Bonds. Class. Absolute class written all over this bloke. Front and centre. Dances around Nankervis. Dances around Max Michelini. He had a couple of options forward of him, but he just showed enough composure to go, I've got a bit of clean air here. I'm going to go and take the opportunity to kick this myself. And as soon as he left his boot, he knew it was going through. What composure by Will Day. He's a good player. Very good player.
And standing goal, you see on there in the Bunnings trade replay. They're here to help. Called it beautifully, Bryce. It was just all class. Zach Taylor trying to win the clearance in the middle of the ground, and we'll get another stoppage.
This style of football is really suiting Hawthorn. They've just slowed the momentum down, not turning it into a slingshot shootout type of game. They're getting in top in the second quarter.
This guy's starting to come into the game. Scrimshaw took the mark in front of Himmelberg. Umpire's just holding things up here a little bit. Okay, they're saying that the kick inside 50 was offhand, so they're going to ball it up. So the umpires communicating with each other there. There's no mark taken. It will be a ball up inside the Crows forward 50. About 45 out on a 45-degree angle. Murphy, handball to Saligo, wobbled it towards goal. Dangerous footy. Sicily. D'Ambrosio gets the kick out of the danger zone. Watson's going to run onto this. Bounced up beautifully for him. He's got Luke Bruce in front of him. Puts it out to the veteran. Luke Bruce tried the fend off. Nankervis, how good was that? The tackle from Luke Nankervis. Might have hurt his shoulder here too. He's in a fair bit of pain here. He's got that shoulder heavily strapped.
Yeah, he doesn't look in a good way.
Yeah, he's coming
all.
Straight to the bench, it looks like. Saved a certain goal, did Nankervis. Kick out of defence, Laird on the bottom of this pack. Ball spits out. And the umpire will ball it up.
Well, Bruce went with what he's known for a long time, the fend off. He's done that a lot over his career. Nankervis, fantastic tackle, and as you said, just fell, crunched his shoulder, which is strapped. He'll get assessed down by the doctors as we speak.
Yeah, down on the boundary for spit water high pressure cleaners. I think Luke Nankervis has gone off. Saligo, clamped. Umpire, give it to me, blokes. We're at half forward left for the Hawks. O'Brien took it out the ruck, ended up in the hands of Taylor, who gave it to Saligo, who was tackled by Watson. And Saligo just pulled him off the ground like a little brother. Ball up again. Laird. High spiralling ball to the middle of Adelaide Oval. Scrimshaw fed the handball back to Frost. Frost found more. It was a wobbly footy. Couldn't take the mark, but good enough to control it and get it back to McDonald. McDonald's high kick. What was Frost doing? Just threw his body at the pack. Impey had a bounce. Handball to the outside, Bruce. Bruce is going to square it. It's all Adelaide Crows there. Riley O'Brien almost. Watson came with a late charge. Saligo to Scholl. Borlase tackled over the boundary line from Will Day. And we'll have a ball up about 5 metres around from the left behind post in the Hawthorn forward pocket.
Well done, Nick Watson. One of the smallest guys out there. The ball's come in from Bruce. O'Brien had his name written all over it, as ruckman do, get back in the hole. Watson just said, I have to go here. I have to try and compete on this ball. And he did. Got tipped up, copped a big, heavy fall, but just got the ball to ground. That causes another inside 50 stoppage for Hawthorn.
Josh Ward has a shot across the body. It's offline, minus score. 8-2-50, the Hawks. Adelaide 6-6-42 on the Elders scoreboard. You can rely on Elders. Have you got some stats for Hijaz Halal Financial Services, Bryce?
Just see Nankervis running the boundary, trying to get that shoulder moving. Still looks in a bit of discomfort, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Might have just been a stinger, so it might be right in another 5 minutes. Dan Curtin, the sub, back in the side. Played some good footy at sample level. They're in his spot. Newcomb breaks 2 tackles with strength. Flat kick to half forward. Hinge left it behind. Here's Day again. Can he go back to back? Handball back to McDonald. Ward. He attacked the footy. Amon. Hurried kick. Hinge. Good grab. Oh, his disposal's not fantastic. Let McDonald in. Borlase has to work hard. Jaff. Handballed out into space. Jones just tried to thump it forward. Dylan Moore. Calm head. Back to McDonald. Amon from 55. Cho in a really good spot. Goal square by himself. Takes the uncontested mark. He snuck out the back. Did Marbiol Cho. And he'll go back and should kick Hawthorn's 9th goal.
Yeah, I reckon you're spot on there, Bonds. As that ball was just flicking around there at the top of the 50 for Hawthorn, all the Adelaide defenders were just caught ball watching, and Charles just snuck out the back, was in the goal square all by himself, and he'll kick Hawthorn's 9th goal.
And he does just that. He gets his first goal. And the Hawks have just got a little break here now. It's been a close contest since quarter time. Now it's 9-2-56 to Adelaide 6-6-42 on the Elders scoreboard. You can rely on Elders.
There's just a bit of rush of blood there from Hinge. Just didn't need to play on so quickly. Taken a fantastic intercept mark. Just needed to take a deep breath, wait for the options. He pulled the trigger, didn't hit the skill. That was what started Hawthorn's scrap. A couple of handballs back to Carl Amon, who just pumps it in, finds Chol unmarked in the goal square.
Replay for Bunnings Trade. Wherever you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help. Paul Bonds and Bryce Gibbs with you. It's been a great game of footy here at the Adelaide Oval. Good crowd in. Fine conditions. You feel the temperature dropping. It's great for footy. Saligo. Run onto the ball. It's a scrubby kick to half forward. Good use of the body from Hardwick on Murphy. Took the mark.
Certainly all the momentum's with Hawthorn, isn't it? We saw them start the first quarter really well. Adelaide got the game back on their terms. This quarter, though, 4-2 to Hawthorn, just the 1 goal to Adelaide.
Off hands, Ginnivan. Gave it to Moore. Moore, no, he's normally better than that. He's sprayed it across the face of goal. Hinge won the contest, then dropped the footy. Gave the Hawks another chance. Day, this way, that way. He's tackled. Had to get the ball back to Jaff. Keys picked it up. The saviour goes down the line. Fogarty. Crows defence under pressure this quarter. We saw that at the end of the first quarter. The Hawks were well under the pump, and Hardwick takes another uncontested mark. Goes to Scrimshaw. Handball back to Hardwick. He flares the ball long inside forward 50. Deer will fly. Got hands to it. Couldn't complete it. Scholl down. The little give to Day. He had a little fumble as well. He's under pressure from Borlase. Wrapped up. Ball up. 30 metres out from the Hawks' goal.
Yeah, you're right, Bonds. It was the tools causing the Hawthorn defenders headaches in the first quarter, and it's the Hawthorn Smalls in this second quarter. So as they get another shot on goal here.
Chol has hit the posts. Minor score 9-3-57. The Hawks. Adelaide 6-6-42. Matty Nix is on the phone. I'm guessing he's not ordering pizza.
What would he be ordering, Bonds? What flavour do you reckon?
Pepperoni. Nixie, pepperoni guy every day. Keane kicks the ball out to Riley O'Brien. Took the mark, had the ball slapped out of his hands by Meek. Got a 50-metre penalty. And all of a sudden, the Crows will... I thought they were going to go inside 50. Goes sideways to Bond. Bond's got Dowling on a lead. Finds him. Fogarty all by himself inside 50. And Rochelle in the pocket by himself. The high kick had too much air on it. Just allowed the Hawks defenders to get back. Keys was good to Himmelberg. Tight in the pocket. Squares it. Jack the spoil. Newcomb gathers a Sharon. Gives to Ward. Ward goes backwards. Good composure from the Hawks as Hardwick chipped it to Empey, and he just stands in his back pocket and waits for something to happen. Goes to Dylan Moore.
It was. They just allowed too much time and space to the Hawks defenders here. Adelaide forwards and midfielders are just standing still. They need to get at them, try and force repeat stoppages like Hawthorn have done in this quarter.
Ward to Sicily, called to play on. Got a bit of help from Jarman Impey. Close to the boundary line, in fact out on the full. Impey's kick. Riley O'Brien will bring it back into play. It's gone 30 minutes. Not long to go before half-time. The Hawks lead at 57-42. The Elders scoreboard. O'Brien, tap down to Saligo, kick smothered, siren sounds. Well, it was a 4-1 quarter from the Hawks, and they will take a 15-point lead into half-time. And Price will go through quite a bit in this interesting first half of footy here. So stick around when you come back. We'll go through all the stats and everything that's happened here at the Adelaide Oval in the first half. This is AFL Nation.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Elders. Looking for an agent you can rely on? Trust the team at Elders Real Estate.
Live from an Amy Insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Hi, it's Shelley Craft. For locally made gift ideas that shine like green and gold, check out Australian Made's top Aussie products. The go-to resource to find the very best Aussie-made goodies. From handcrafted homewares and accessories to innovative Aussie inventions, you'll find a top Aussie product for every occasion. Each one carries the trusted green and gold kangaroo logo, so you can be sure it's genuinely Aussie. Hop to australianmade.com.au/top Aussie and support local while you shop.
The Sounding Board with Craig Hutchison and Damien Barrett. It's sport, it's the media, it's talking about the issues that matter.
Impressive first 48 hours from Kamala, like organised, raised 82 million in 48 hours.
Yeah.
So clearly had things at play already. And, you know, it's got a more natural platform to argue, like it's been a prosecutor versus Trump being a felon, has, you know, gone after sex offenders versus Trump being accused of one. Like, there's more natural themes. All of a sudden, Trump looks old. You've got a powerful media machine behind Trump now, like News Limited. Could not be any more chips in. Like there's, they are so far out at sea on getting him elected.
I saw Rupert even attended the Republican National Congress.
Amazing.
and wasn't officially involved, but was there.
And then you've got Elon all in, giving him $45 million a month. I don't know how your X feed is. If they're not manipulating the algorithm on the X feed, I'll go, hey, you're just getting smashed with Republican feeds on the algorithm, and it doesn't look to be anything bipartisan around the way you're being served content on X.
The Sounding Board podcast with Hutchie and Damo. Thanks to Drinkwise. If you're choosing to have a drink, choose to drink wise.
Looking for a super fund that is halal and affordable? Get Halal Super from Hijaz Financial Services. We help Australians invest their super while your funds remain true to your values. Hijaz Financial Services, keeping halal super affordable. HijazFS.com.au. This information is provided by Hijaz Financial Advisors Proprietary Limited, AFSL 517686, and Hijaz Islamic Credit Solutions Proprietary Limited, ACL 480542, and does not take into account your objectives, financial situation or needs.
In footy, you've got one guarantee each week. It's not the win or loss. It's not the coach's spray. And it's not the cry of... It's the 4 and 20 pie. That classic taste of 100% Australian meat in delicious gravy wrapped in golden pastry. Like coming back to win from 10 goals down. Nothing beats the aroma and taste of a 4 and 20 pie. There's a win in every bite. 4 and 20, Australia's original fan food.
Our footy coach reckons it's the rev up he gives before every game that gets the team over the line. But we know it's our sports trainer and deep heat that is ready to fire by warming up tight muscles and soothing lingering pain with a deep heat massage. They're legends of the locker room. Fast, targeted pain relief from an iconic brand you know and trust. Deep Heat. Feel it work. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Whether you need a dozer to push through the clay or a mobile crusher to crush and convey, a sturdy truck and trailer or a tractor to tow, front-end loaders or graders, Yellowgate's got what you need to grow. Whatever your business, whatever equipment you may need, Yellowgate is ready to help you succeed. Offering a flexible rent now, buy later solution to multiple industries. Yellowgate, the industry experts for long-term equipment rental with an ownership option. Visit ygg.com.au.
You're listening to AFL Nation for Tyre Power, champions for road safety and tyre recycling, and 4 and 20 pies. You can't have footy without a 4 and 20 pie.
It back inside, it went straight along the ground, not a great kick. McDonald picked it up, handball back to Newcomb from 49 metres. Newcomb goes bang. Rochelle puts it through. The quick answer from the Adelaide Crows. Chol, little give to Deer, outside of the boot, goal. Cauchenier. Day, a couple of side steps, then looks at the goal from 49 metres. Will Day.
Chol's just snuck out the back, was in the goal square all by himself. He'll kick Hawthorn's 9th goal.
And he does just that. He gets his first goal.
Macca's I'm loving it moments.
Make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. Those highlights for Macca's Make It McSmart with the new McSmart meal. It's time for the Choices Flooring halftime show. Sail on for family-friendly carpet.
The Choices Flooring halftime floor show. Sail on for family-friendly carpet.
Paul Bonds are here, and we'll go through our categories with our expert Bryce Gibbs for MEGT. Let MEGT build you a winning team. Firstly, the power rankings for Red Energy, 100 Australian electricity and gas. Will Day leads all comers with 63, Riley O'Brien 60, Saligo 59, Shoal 53 and Lloyd Meek 50. Bryce, what about an unmissable moment for Drinkwise? You won't miss a moment if you Drinkwise in the first half.
An unmissable moment, I think you might agree with this one. Day's crumb effort, sidestep Nankervis, sidestep Max Michelini, just balance up, show some terrific composure and just go whack from 45 and kick a nice running goal.
It was very, very good. Choose to Drinkwise. At a crucial moment for New Farm.
Yeah, there's been plenty, but love Nankervis. Stick that tackle on Luke Bruce. Luke Bruce was goal side, was going to run into almost a certain goal, and Nankervis just showed some toes, stayed with him. Bruce tried to fend him off, tackled him, hurt his shoulder in the tackle, but that would have been a goal to Bruce every day of the week.
Yeah, like that. It was an unbelievable tackle. Who's making it look easy for Incitec? Pivot Fertilisers, easy liquids products, too easy.
Well, there's probably Luke Bruce early in this game. The veteran put 2 majors on in the first quarter, and just a snap he had from the boundary from about 40 out. Went the snap. They're very hard to do. No room for error. If you belly the ball, you obviously know where it's going to go. You hit it too skinny, that's not going to score either. But he just does it with such ease, effortless. And at just times, even at his ripe old age, he makes it look easy.
NC Tech Pivot Fertilisers, too easy. Was there an Amy clanger in the first half? When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
Oh, Mitch Hinge probably would like that kick out of the back line late in that second quarter all over again. Showed courage, as he does most weeks, comes across, takes a fantastic intercept mark and just rushed his disposal a bit. The ball hit the deck. The Crows' defence was under pressure, and it ended up resulting in a Marbiol Chol uncontested mark and goal in the goal square.
And look, I'm sure Hinge will get another chance. Lucky you're with Amy. Who was the player of the first half for TR Group, Commercial Truck and Trailer Rentals and Lease?
Oh, there's probably 2 guys for mine, and they're both playing for both sides. So Saligo's first quarter, especially when the game was hot, the Crows were on top. He's up to 18 disposals, 11 of those contested, 4 score involvements and 7 clearances. And I reckon the player of the second half was Will Day. He's up to 14, 9 of those contested, also 4 score involvements, and he had 3 clearances as well. So I'm going to give you 2.
That's great.
Players of the first half, Saligo for the Crows and Day for the Hawks.
TR Group, Truck and Trailer Rentals. Refreshingly BWS stats, brought to you by BWS. We've got your drinks for game days sorted. That's refreshingly BWS. How about this, Bryce? Since round 13, Hawthorn have won 4 matches and lost only 1, and they've only moved from 12th to 11th.
It just shows you how close it is this year, isn't it?
Unbelievable, isn't it?
We're seeing even, Carlton lose, who was sitting second. They could finish as low as 6 or something by the end of the round. Someone said, what a crazy finish we're going to have in the next couple of weeks to decide what this final series is going to look like.
That was the halftime show for Choices Flooring. Choices Flooring sale is on now. The score at the moment, Hawthorn lead at 9-3-57 over the Adelaide Crows, 6-6-42. We'll be back for the second half action straight after this.
You're listening to AFL Nation for Tyre Power, champions for road safety and tyre recycling, and 4 and 20 pies. You can't have footy without a 4 and 20 pie.
The Sounding Board with Craig Hutchison and Damien Barrett. It's sport, it's the media, it's talking about the issues that matter.
When I first saw my company, and I don't know how I happened to be on the ABC News on this occasion, but I did see it. I didn't mind it. I thought, what is this? And then I didn't mind it, weirdly enough.
Let's talk about that segment. Judge it in 6 months, because we're a cynical country. We find everything new non-funny. When you put a new Australian comedy show on, people sit down and they go, oh, I bet you this will be rubbish. Oh, well, that wasn't funny. We just talk everything down straight away. You look at the front bar, the genius of the front bar was they gave it 18 months on AFL.com. They did. And let it find an audience.
Yeah.
If they'd put that on Channel 7, people would have gone, oh, Mick Malloy's passed it. Oh, don't get the Sampan guy. Oh, the Andy Mars.
We can't have beer on TV.
We are just our instant reaction to anything new is that's not funny. It actually takes our palate a while to develop an understanding or an interest in the stick.
The Sounding Board podcast with Hutchie and Damo. Thanks to Drinkwise. If you're choosing to have a drink, choose to drink wise.
Hi, it's Shelley Craft. For locally made gift ideas that shine like green and gold, check out Australian Made's top Aussie products. The go-to resource to find the very best Aussie-made goodies. From handcrafted homewares and accessories to innovative Aussie inventions, you'll find a top Aussie product for every occasion. Each one carries the trusted green and gold kangaroo logo, so you can be sure it's genuinely Aussie. Hop to australianmade.com.au/top Aussie and support local while you shop.
The Workside Portaloo. Okay. What better place to head to bizcover.com.au and check out all the ways you could be saving money on your business insurance.
Electrician.
Like your public liability. Because only BizCover lets you compare, save, and get instant cover online, on the go, in minutes.
I can save $400. Oh, woohoo!
You all right, Brad? Check how much a tradie like you could save on your business insurance. For on-the-go cover,
go BizCover.
Whether you need to build, repair, or create...
Oh,
There's a Loctite product for all your project needs. Whether you're doing small or big projects, Loctite provides DIYers, tradies and engineers with reliable adhesive and sealant solutions. From the smallest details to your biggest ambitions, Loctite goes beyond the bond to help you get your job done right. For more information and to find your closest Loctite product stockist, search Loctite today.
In footy, you've got one guarantee each week. It's not the win or loss. It's not the coach's spray. And it's not the cry of... It's the 4 and 20 pie. That classic taste of 100% Australian meat in delicious gravy wrapped in golden pastry. Like coming back to win from 10 goals down. Nothing beats the aroma and taste of a 4 and 20 pie. There's a win in every bite. 4 and 20, Australia's original fan food.
I'm just gonna shoot up the road and get some takeaway. No point putting the seatbelt on. Yeah, nah, she'll be right. Oh, no.
Hello, driver. Can't they see your license?
Driving without a seatbelt? Chances are you will be caught. Wear your seatbelt, not the consequences. A message from the TAC. Drive safely for everyone.
Flat footy moments to avoid this season.
The second half.
At a barbie, here's Jackson and his mates checking the stats for a multi. No! His battery goes flat. He can't get live updates.
Stay charged with a Signet power bank. Compact and lightweight, it fits in your pocket, and you'll never go flat or miss any part of the game. Signet power banks, available at signet.com, as well as in-store at JB Hi-Fi and other leading retailers.
You're listening to AFL Nation for Tyre Power. Champions for road safety and tyre recycling. And 4 and 20 pies. You can't have footy without a 4 and 20 pie.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. Paul Bonds, Bryce Gibbs with you. Half-time. The Hawks have the 15-point lead. 9-3-57 to Adelaide 6-6-42. And what we've seen has been a pretty decent half of footy, Bryce, but the Hawks slowed things down at the start of that second quarter to gain control. It was pretty good footy.
Yeah, they did, and luckily they kicked straight in the first quarter. That actually kept them in it, but the Crows had, I think, 11 scoring shots in that first quarter, and it was off the back of playing a slingshot game. They were just able to win the ball at half-back and just transition the ball with hardly really any pressure on them whatsoever, and getting it into those tall forwards, and they were scoring at an unbelievable efficiency rate. So the Hawks looked like they threw an extra in at the stoppage, so let's try and get numbers around the ball, slow the game down a little bit, actually forced Adelaide to dump kick it out, and they actually started marking the ball on half-back and then just played an uncontested game, built the ball up themselves, and probably learned a bit off what Adelaide were doing, and they actually were able to go coast to coast on a number of occasions as well. So Adelaide, I think, noticed that, and they tried to even that number up around the stoppage, so Hawthorn just couldn't, clog it down and slow it down. So a great game of coaching tactics and, a bit of a chess play. Nick's had a great start. Sam Mitchell's changed a few things, and Nick's has gone to combat that again as well. So great, fascinating coaching battle going on in this half of footy so far.
Go around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. The Pies defeated Richmond by 26 points earlier today. But what about this score, Bryce Gibbs? In Sydney, the Western Bulldogs 12-13-85 lead Sydney 4-4-28. That's a 57-point margin.
Yeah, I mean, we know the Bulldogs are in a bit of form, in a bit of a purple patch, but I don't think anyone saw a 10-goal win coming in Sydney. So they are playing well. Another team that are hitting their straps at the right time of the year, but I don't think many people would have tipped the Bulldogs today.
Do you think Matthew Nicks would be concerned with the number of, I guess, centre clearance stoppages Hawthorn are getting?
Well, it is an area that you can get such an advantage on if you're getting in top. I think, what's the number? I think it's 9. I'll get back to you with the exact number, but they're well and truly on top Hawthorn, and when you can win the ball out of centre bounce, you play a forward half game if you can keep the ball in your forward 50, and with the mosquito fleet that they've got down there, Hawthorn, they were the ones that actually really got busy. Watson, Ginnivan started to buzz around in there and hold the ball, lock it in. I think Marbiol Joel had a few forward 50 tackles as well, so the big guys are doing it, but off the back of winning centre bounce clearances, if you can play a front half game, build the pressure, that certainly helps.
One player from Hawthorn who has sort of caught my eye in the first half, Josh Ward, running off half back. He's sort of been a bit of a link man today and had some important touches.
Yeah, he has. He's had 12 for the day, nearly 200 metres gained, and just got into some really smart positions, hasn't he? Wins the ball, uses it pretty well, and has generated a bit of counter-attack for Hawthorn in that second quarter.
Both teams back out on the ground, just going through their final warm-ups. Power rankings for Red Energy switched to Red Energy, and at the moment Will Day with 63, Riley O'Brien 60, Jake Saligo 59, Lockie Scholl 53 and Lloyd Meek 50. So if you've got any of those players in your fantasy team, you'll be happy at this stage at half-time. We saw Luke Nankervis lay an outstanding tackle, goal-saving tackle. I'm just trying to find him out on the ground at the moment. I can't see him there, so I'm just wondering if the sub has been activated for Adelaide and whether Dan Curtin is out on the ground. Can you
I can see him. He's taking his place in the huddle as Darcy Fogarty would be taking the speech, and he's probably actually one that has been quiet today. Yes. Only had the 6 touches, kicked the 1 behind, so there's plenty of room for improvement in this game for Darcy Fogarty. But yeah, Nankervis looked like he was pretty sore, bit of a stinger maybe, but it looks like he'll take his place in this Adelaide defence in the third quarter.
All right, players making their way to their positions. Great to have you with us. For TAC, wear a seatbelt, not the consequences. And this is AFL Nation for 4 and 20 Pies, and for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Adelaide will be kicking to the Cathedral end at Adelaide Oval, Hawthorn to the Riverbank stand end or City end.
Spoke about those centre clearances for Hawthorn. It's not one particular player that's getting off the chain. It's been a pretty even spread. Warple's had a couple, Jai Newcomb's had a couple, Will Day's had a couple, so It's not like Adelaide can go, right, we need to clamp down on one of these Hawthorn midfielders to stop their centre bounce damage. So it's a good sign for the Hawthorn midfielders if they can have an even spread in there.
Siren sounds to get the second half underway. The Hawks lead it by 15 points. Lloyd Meek v Riley O'Brien. O'Brien got the tap down. Laird came running through, shot the handball out to Saligo on the right boot. Inside forward 50. Fogarty couldn't gather it on the bounce. Scrimshaw, quick hands to Sicily. Then Nash. Then Day. Has a bounce Day. Kicks to half forward. The spoil came. Now it's Chol. Gets a kick inside forward 50. And Mitch Hinge makes a solid mark inside his offensive 50. Handball to Michael Annie. He dropped the footy. Left it behind. Ward came in. Ginnivan went low. Tried to get the high tackle. Came out to Watson. He ducked under a tackle as well. Then might have got one in the back. Umpire keeps calling play on. Ginnivan now. Hasn't had much of the footy. High snap towards goal. It's going to land about a metre out. It's spoilt through for a minor score. There's a lot happening there, and in the end, not much happened. Minor score to the Hawks. 58 plays 42 on the Host Plus scoreboard. Mitch Hinge in the back pocket. Just standing still, and in the end goes short to Max Michaelani. On the go, slow, not much in front of him, so he just has to drive it down the line. Walker, front position, tapped it down to Saligo. Little gift to Berry was nice, released him. His kick towards Thilthorpe at half forward, almost took the grab, landed heavily, did Thilthorpe. Keys, he was tackled, threw it away, said the umpire.
Slow to get up, Riley Thilthorpe. It's a big hit, big contested effort. sort of got his legs taken out from under him, landed heavily on the deck. Looks like he's okay, though.
Joel on the outer wing to the running Impey. He's got Weddle on the outside. Weddle kicks to the top of the square. Meek and O'Brien. O'Brien got first look at it. Ginnivan stayed down. Hamill inside to Moore. Tried to go back to Ginnivan over his head and out of bounds, and we'll ball it in.
Another attacking run from Hawthorn. Were able to get the ball off half-back, switch the play, run down that far wing, using the ball really well, get it into the forwards, create a contest, let the little small forwards go to work.
Meek the tap down to Ginnivan. Running through Moore. Snaps at goal. It's going across the face. And Keane just uses a bit of Irish skill there and taps it through with his foot. Another minor score, 9-5-59. Hawthorn, 6-6-42. Adelaide Crows, Host Plus scoreboard.
Hawthorn, for the last quarter and a bit, just set up so well defensively. Just looking at it here, Adelaide can generate no rebound, or no fast rebound from their back half, which they look so dangerous doing in the first quarter.
Michael Annie, handball to Keane. Keane drills it long, intercept mark, Jarman Impey. Impey will go back the other way. Kaushadere in front. Keane the spoil from behind. Ball's on the deck and the umpire will come in and ball it up. Crowd a bit stunned here at the moment. Berry had one arm held as he tried to break the tackle, and the umpire will ball it up. Said he had no prior. Just gone 4 minutes in the third term. Berry got a little give to Saligo. Now Rochelle in the Thilthorpe direction. He's got get rid of Frost, but Scrimshaw came to help. And they work it between each other. And Scrimshaw found Nash in the corridor. Handled off to Ward. Newcomb. Forward handball was beautiful to Impey from 49 metres. Jarman Impey. And the celebration dance. First time, Bryce, I think we've seen a team use the corridor like that. It was an excellent kick from Scrimshaw to Nash, who just opened up the ground.
It wasn't a great kick. It was an unbelievable kick. And high risk, high reward. But if you can pull those kicks off, as you said, anything's possible. Great kick. Nash, they get the ball into Jarman Impey, running off half-back. Lovely running goal from 50. And he's given... Oh, is that the Cristiano Ronaldo? Big celebration.
I reckon he did one last week too, and he's backed it up on the Bunnings Trade replay.
As his teammates get around him. How good. That's the energy you want. Kick 4 on the trot. Hawthorn now out to a 20-plus margin. Over to the Crows to respond.
Could be a crucial goal for New Farm to get us underway in the second half. Saligo trying really hard for the Crows. Handball to Luke Nankervis, who got it to Jones. Jones's kick was very good sideways to Scholl. Scholl's got a runner on. It's Nankervis. And great to see he's recovered from that hard tackle. Back to Scholl. On the half volley, Himmelberg. Coming in late, Warple. Held it up and we'll have a ball up. Meek put it down to Warple, backed out of that stoppage. Hardwick goes across the body down the line. Good use of the body by Mark Keane. He took the mark. Dangerous kick to half forward. D'Ambrosio made a contest with Dowling. Dowling did well. Stayed on top of the footy. Got it to Cook. Back to Nankervis. Nankervis will kick to half forward. Fogarty in a one-on-one with Weddle. Scrimshaw again comes in to help out. Got the handball to D'Ambrosio. just held onto it to allow Weddle to run forward. Weddle to Ward to McDonald at 52. The little chip kick to Ginnivan. Wide open, snaps at goal, kicks his first. Good finish from Jack Ginnivan. And the Hawks have opened up a bit of a lead now, 11-5-71. Adelaide 6-6-42 on the Host Plus scoreboard. Host Plus has been named Money Magazine's best super fund for 2024. That's a plus. Issued by Host Plus, PYT Limited. Check the PDS and TMDs at hostplus.com.au.
Well, they just went coast to coast only a couple of minutes ago, and it was off the back of Scrimshaw starting it again. Chain of handballs, D'Ambrosio involved, Weddle involved. It was too easy. The Crows players were just like witches' hats there. A couple of forward handballs, overlap, get the ball into Ginnivan, who was standing in the forward 50 all by himself. Not sure how that happens. Plays on, snaps around his body, runs straight to the crowd to give it to him.
Crows will get the centre clearance through Berry. Just a little chip kick. Hardwick attacked the Sharon. He was tackled. The handball was loose and Rochelle gathered it. He went back with the handball to Berry, and Berry kicked it out on the full. Again, good pressure from both Warple and Moore.
This is where they're giving a lot of ball up.
Into the corridor, McDonald. Long kick, half forward. Ginnivan off his chest. Luke Bruce, the one-handed pick-up was glorious. Joel in trouble, holding the ball. Surely umpire call play on. Nash will give it over the top to Watson, who kicks another goal. Well, they might have got away with one there, Bryce. We'll see on the Bunnings trade replay here to help. But the Hawks fans won't care.
No, they won't. And maybe it should have been holding the ball. Marbiol Chol, did he dispose of that? We're not sure, but it shouldn't have been there in the first place. They're just allowing Hawthorn to rip the ball back through the 45s, which is allowing them to get run and carry through the middle of the ground. Probably should have been given a free kick for that tackle on Marbiol Chol there. Not paid. Watson runs into an open goal. But Adelaide just can't afford to allow that ball to come back through the middle. It's 3 times in the last 5 or 6 minutes that's hurt them.
77 plays, 42 on the Host Plus scoreboard. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies. And for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Bonds and Gibber with you.
They've had the last 10 scoring shots in this game, Adelaide. Hawthorn.
And they'll get the centre clearance again. Newcomb drills it inside forward 50. Nankervis got a little kick forward as he was tackled. Scholl wrapped up by Ward. Ball up on the painter 50. Half forward for the Hawks. 10 minutes gone in the third. Himmelberg doing the ruck work. Over the top of the footy, Zach Taylor. Clamped by Warple. Ball up. What about some stats for Hijaz Halal Financial Services, Bryce? Who's getting the footy at the moment?
Jake Sligo's trying hard along with Lockie Scholl, 22 and 19 respectfully. Josh Ward up to 15, Will Day up to 15, doing the damage for the Hawthorn Footy Club.
It's good pressure from the Crows. They force the Hawks back and back, and eventually the tackle from Laird on Newcomb won him the free kick for holding the ball. Centre wing broadcast side. Kicks towards Fogarty in a good spot. Weddle in front. Keys front and centre. Snapped it back inside over the head of Walker. D'Ambrosio. Behind that, kicked out and used McDonald well. He's got Nash on if he wants him. Decides against it.
See down on the boundary, Dan Curtin just warming up. He's got the jacket off. We might see a sub here soon. And that's the thing, Matty Nix. They need to inject some pace, some excitement in and around the footy. And Curtin, obviously, more of a key position player. So be interesting to see what happens here with the Magnets, what Matty Nix is going to do.
Carl Lehman on the walk, had a bounce and then kicked it to centre half forward. Lockie Scholl, Retta Bess, cut it off. Dan Curtin down on the boundary for Spitwater. High pressure washes. Scholl again getting involved. switches it back to Borlase on the eastern side of Adelaide Oval. And he hits Billy Dowling on a lead. Dowling's going to come straight back the other way to Scholl. Scholl short. Michael Annie called to play on. Off a step, kicks it out on the full. Crows look a bit rattled here, Bryce.
Yeah, they do, and it's Hawthorn the way they're setting up. They're just guarding space, really setting up the ground. So every time Adelaide look to come out of their defensive 50, they're just seeing white Hawthorn jumpers, trying to pick something off there, kicks it out of bounds on the full.
Bryce Gibbs, our expert for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Ball in the forward pocket. Deer got a little give to Watson. Watson goes back to Jaff. That's out of bounds every day. How is that not out of bounds, Bryce? I reckon it was about a metre over. In the end, it was holding the ball and the Crows will get the footy, so it won't matter.
We can see it from here. The umpire looked like he was right on the spot.
Oh, maybe not.
Jaff was trying to take it out on purpose to get a stoppage.
Looking at the Bunnings trade replay here to help. Weddle up high, almost took the grab. Close to the boundary line and over for Spitwater. Pressure cleaners made tough and ready in Australia. Ball in. Half forward right for the Hawks. 77 plays 45 on the Host Plus scoreboard. Newcomb drives it to McDonald, who juggles it, couldn't complete it, gathered it. It opened up for him, and he kicked it into the post.
Great second up effort from McDonald. Spilled the mark, probably should have taken it in his hands, hits the deck. Second effort at it. No, actually probably should have kicked the goal. So a couple of Amy clangers there.
Oh, and they might be in trouble again. Nankervis got it from Keane. He was tackled. Gave it back to Keane. Rochelle, one-hander in the middle of Adelaide Oval. Then Saltzam Candy, long towards Thilthorpe. It's a 2-on-1. The big number 7 grabs the footy, goes to ground. He might be in trouble here. Umpire says, give it to me. A ball up, 55 metres out from the Crows' goal. That was nice work from Rochelle. I've seen it again on the Bunnings Trade replay. Wherever you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help. Stolen. Handball over the head to Rochelle. Now it's with Cook. The Hawks' pressure is outstanding. They're just forcing the Crows towards the boundary line. And in the end, Hardwick thumps it through for a minor score. The shot came from Saligo.
Yeah, desperate there, the Hawthorn defence. Adelaide had a couple of spare players inside 50. They just couldn't get it through to them to have a shot on goal. There's a hungry Hawthorn side in good form, playing like it today here in Adelaide.
Saligo kicked the ball long into the centre square. Sicily kicked it in the centre square. Saligo was tackled. Was pinged holding the ball. Impey running off half back. Through the corridor. Kicks to Watson, who flew. Couldn't hang on to it. Lockie Scholl playing a good game. Just tapped the ball in front of himself. There's a pack of players over the footy and the umpire will ball it up.
Yeah, Bond, well done to put your head over the ball. Nearly could have got a free kick for a high tackle.
Crowd again. I don't think they're happy with the umpires today, the Crows fans. Fogarty just had a little bit of a fumble. Tried to sidestep. The handball was loose into space. Saligo, he's in trouble now. Good tackle, Warple. Umpire. Another stoppage. 43 plays 78. We've gone 16 minutes in the third term. Host Plus scoreboard. Maybe get some stats for Jazz Salau Financial Services, Bryce, when you get a chance. Saligo again trying hard. He's handballed it out into space, but Weddle was the only one there. Went on the outside to Jath. Jath to half forward. Deer got up almost in the one hand. Working hard. Watson got it back to Weddle. Weddle goes long inside 50. It's a 1-on-1. Borlase and Scholl. Down was Ginnivan. Front and centre. Around the body, Ginnivan. 1 point minor score.
He's just starting to come into this game, isn't he? Jack Ginnivan had a couple of important touches in this third quarter. What's he up to? Ginnivan, 7 touches, a couple of score involvements. Just can't hold him quiet for a half, but you just know he can pop up at any time.
Zach Taylor, handball back to Scholl, to Laird. Laird kicked down the line for Fogarty. Sicily, the big spoil. Warple tapped it intelligently to Ward. Handball to Impey. Now Weddle. Weddle not sure what to do. Goes back to Impey, to Warple. Good footy Hawks. Kick to the hot spot. Kalshadir takes the grab. The composure from the Hawks on this broadcast side, just to wait for the best option. And in the end, the flat hard kick went to the top of the goal square and Kalshadir took the grab.
It's a great run and jump at the ball, wasn't it? He was the last player, the back of the pack. Yes, he had a free run and jump at it, but come and jumped over. Who was that? Michael Keane. Great mark.
Kick one in the second, Kalshadir, and has missed this from 25 out straight in front.
Well, it's been Hawthorn's handball, hasn't it, Bonds, that have chopped through this Adelaide side in the third quarter. Their ability just to, as you said, hold the ball, wait for the runners to come, draw Crows players, handball through to then release the ball inside 50. It's been really impressive.
Keane went to Max Michaelani, and it looks like Dan Curtin is on the ground. So the sub's been made. I'll get you to check that, Bryce, to see who Adelaide have subbed out of the game. And Lockie Scholl just kicked it straight out on the full.
Well, again, this is Hawthorn, the way they've set the ground up. Adelaide have only been forced wide and slow out of their D50 since the first quarter. There's no options forward of the ball. There's not a lot of movement, just forcing it down the line. They're kicking it out of bounds on the full even. Elliot Himmelberg's the one that's been subbed off for Dan Curtin.
Thank you, mate, for Spitwater high pressure cleaners. Umpire will ball it up inside Hawthorn's forward 50, about 40 metres out on a slide angle. We'll get the Red Energy fantasy points. Switch to Red Energy. Scholl on 99. Connor McDonald 74. Laird 74. Will Day 74. As the Crows with Nankervis outside of the boot, down the throat of Jarman Impey, 60 metres out. Just not sure what to do, the Crows. They just keep giving the ball back to the Hawks. Impey will bomb it long. Looking for a high flyer. Weddle almost. Bond lays a tackle on Luke Bruce, and we'll get a ball up. 35 out from the Hawks goal. Michael Annie waited for the tackle and got a handball to Laird. Laird kicks it to the wing. Lockie Murphy. And the handball to Walker. He's got nowhere to go, Taylor Walker. And he's tackled over the line by Jath. Again, that Hawthorn pressure, Bryce, it's been really impressive.
Yeah, they just worked so hard to get back and help. Lockie Murphy took the ball on the wing, looked up, saw Frost and D'Ambrosio, who was pushing hard back, just saw a 2v1, just didn't want to kick it. Instead, used an extra handball, put Walker under pressure. Hawthorn get an extra stoppage on the wing.
Around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. The Pies by 26 points over the Tigers. As Dan Curtin gets into the game. Tackled on Will Day. Pinged holding the ball.
Great way to assert yourself. Come on, make a big tackle. Get the crowd involved. Well done, Dan Curtin.
Went to Hinge, who went to Scholl. Scholl inside 50. Phil Thorpe got first hands on it, couldn't complete the mark. Hardwick is tackled by Murphy, and the umpire will ball it up. We're in the forward pocket for the Crows. Left forward pocket, only about 20 metres out from goal.
The opportunity here for Adelaide to build a bit of pressure on Hawthorn. It hasn't been down in their forward 50 much in this quarter. Try and get some repeat stoppages. Build the pressure back on Hawthorn's defence.
Nash shot the handball out to Impey. Impey's got Warple on. Good spoil from Curtin. Crows have the numbers on the outer side. Laird to Curtin. So getting involved early, the sub. Inside 50, Weddle. Intercept mark, and he plays on quickly. We'll bring it broadcast side to Dylan Moore. More down the line for Scholl. Borlase backing back, did well. Spoil came. Scholl to Berry. Back to Nankervis. Short kick, almost intercepted by Ward. Nankervis has got it back again. His handball missed the target of Berry. That was not good from Nankervis. Warple off a step. Scholl. Still a long way from home. Squares the ball in a good position. Was Billy Dowling. Took the mark and he wants to go straight away. He went laterally to Cook. Cook's got Hinge back inside. Hinge has got nowhere to go. The crowd's telling him to go. So he does. And he thumps it to half forward. And CJ Jath intercepts the mark. The crowd's frustrated as well, Bryce.
Well, I'm looking at the Crows forwards and they look frustrated, but they're just standing goal side of their opponent. They're too far away from the actual kicker. They need to come up and lead and create some chaos and move the Hawthorn defence. They're just they want handball received to get it over the back, but the kicker actually just can't get it that far. They need to come up and get a bit more busier than they are at the moment.
Bryce Gibbs for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Ballers at half forward for the Hawks. Michael Annie looks like he's out of petrol tickets. He just loped towards that footy and then laid a tackle on Connor Nash, and it'll be a ball up at centre half forward. I picked the goal of the day for Corteva. Keep growing with Corteva Agri-Science. Jack Ginnivan kicked a good one in this quarter. Will Day probably leads all takers at the moment with his classy one from 50. O'Brien's kick to the outer wing, almost cut off by D'Ambrosio. Cook did well. Hinge took his eyes off the footy, left it behind. McDonald picked it up, kicked inside forward 50. Nankervis, first hands to it. Bruce tackled. Ball came loose. It'll come out to Michael Annie, and the Crows will dodge another bullet here. Went short to Laird. Laird wants to hold it up and settle things down. Short to Bond. And we get 50 metres. Nice. Josh Ward just encroached on the mark. And it'll bring Bond to half forward. Goes short to Berry. That's 70 from home. Left half forward. Still a lot of forwards just stagnant in that forward line. Now the lead comes from Walker. And the ball's off hands and out of bounds for Spitwater High Pressure Cleaners.
Yeah, we saw Rory Laird just call for everyone to calm down. I reckon they need a bit of run and a bit of carry to break the lines. Get it in the forward half a bit quicker than they are, but that's what happens when you're on the back foot and you spend a lot of time defending Bonds. It's tiring and it's hard work to defend. So when you actually get the ball in offence, you don't have as much energy to go and take the game on. So maybe Rory Laird was just called, we just need to catch our breath a little bit, but just allowing Hawthorn to get back in numbers and set up really good.
25 minutes gone in the third term. Hawks 80, lead the Crows 43 on the Host Plus scoreboard. And the Hawks will go into attack again. Dylan Moore takes the mark inside the centre square. It's a one-on-one inside 50. Newcomb just used the body beautifully on Borlase. In the end, took an uncontested mark. Borlase went to ground. But the kick was excellent from Ward. He's a new player for the Hawks, John Newcomb. With his haircut, fair dinkum. He looks like a completely different person.
He does, doesn't he? The shorter hair.
He's gone what is it? The mother could love this kid with his haircut. It's great. He kicks the goal straight off the boot. He knew it. Another one to the Hawks. Newcomb gets his second. And they've kicked 4 goals to zip in this quarter to lead at 13-8. 86 to the Adelaide Crows 6-7-43 on the Host Plus scoreboard. The Adelaide Crows have just kicked one behind in this term.
Yeah, Hawthorn all over the Adelaide Crows at the moment, and I was interested to see what he was going to do, Newcomb, because he had the whole 50 to himself, 1v1. I thought he needed to come at the kicker on a searching lead. Borlase, a bit taller than him, probably got him for weight, so I thought leading up was the right option, but he wanted the ball out the back always come back to put some body on, and Newcombe just held his ground, took a pretty good contested mark in the end, so he knew what he was doing. I didn't. He goes back and kicks a goal.
It's actually a bit 90210, that haircut. Here he is, Newcombe, the goal kicker, brought to ground in a tackle by the Crows' ruckman. Riley O'Brien will have another ball up. O'Brien, beautiful tap down Saligo on his left. Berry got shoved underneath the footy, won a free kick. We'll come back to Sam Berry, centre half forward. Just outside 50. Kicks from 51 metres. A long bomb as it got the distance. Juggled on the line by Fogarty and through for a minor score. Nothing going right for the Crows in this quarter. Scrimshaw casually strolls out of the goal square. Finds Hardwick in front of the hill on Adelaide Oval. Bit of indecision, but in the end just thumps it down the line. Ball on the deck, Watson, handball to McDonald. McDonald over his head to Newcombe. He was locked up by Keys and pinged holding the ball. They've been pretty consistent, the umpires, with that today.
Yeah, they have. A couple of times we thought some players have used their prior opportunity. They haven't given it, but obviously saw he had a chance there.
And Curvis kick inside forward 50, off hands out of bounds. Right forward pocket.
I'll just try and shut this down now, Hawthorn. Not long left in this quarter. Don't want to concede a late one. Done so much good work in this third quarter. Possibly build a match-winning lead.
Well, it is a 42-point lead to the Hawks. They dominated that quarter. They kicked 4 goals to just 2 behinds to lead at 13-8-86. The Crows 6-8-44. This is AFL Nation, back for the last quarter straight after this.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Host Plus. Host Plus has been named Money Magazine's best super fund for 2024. That's a plus. Issued by Host Plus Pty Limited. Check the PDS and TMD at hostplus.com.au.
In footy, you've got one guarantee each week. It's not the win or loss. It's not the coach's spray. And it's not the cry of... It's the 4 and 20 pie. That classic taste of 100% Australian meat in delicious gravy wrapped in golden pastry. Like coming back to win from 10 goals down. Nothing beats the aroma and taste of a 4 and 20 pie. There's a win in every bite. 4 and 20, Australia's original fan food.
Get that winning feeling with the pain management team. Deep Heat, your ultimate locker room warm-up partner, helps enhance performance and reduce the risk of injury. When injury strikes, cool down with ice gel to reduce pain and discomfort. Pain still persisting? Pain Relief Naproxen liquid capsules deliver rapid 12-hour relief from pain and inflammation. Fast targeted pain relief from an iconic brand you know and trust. Deep Heat. Feel it work. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Incorrect use could be harmful.
We know you might go to some of the big brands of the mattress world too. That's fair enough. But all we're suggesting is check out the OMF signature range as well, or even OMF's best value bed-in box mattresses. Come and have a lie down. Simply see how you feel, and then look at the price. You might just agree that at OMF, we'll make you 100% comfy.
Whether you need a dozer to push through the clay, or a mobile crusher to crush and convey, a sturdy truck and trailer, or a tractor to tow, front-end loaders or graders, Yellowgate's got what you need to grow. Whatever your business, whatever equipment you may need, Yellowgate is ready to help you succeed. Offering a flexible rent now, buy later solution to multiple industries. Yellowgate, the industry experts for long-term equipment rental with an ownership option. Visit ygg.com.au.
The Sounding Board with Craig Hutchison and Damien Barrett. It's sport, it's the media, it's talking about the issues that matter.
impressive first 48 hours from Kamala, like organised, raised 82 million in 48 hours.
Yeah.
US. So clearly had things at play already. And, has got a more natural platform to argue, like has been a prosecutor versus Trump being a felon, has, gone after sex offenders versus Trump being accused of one. Like, there's more natural themes. All of a sudden, Trump looks old. You've got a powerful media machine behind Trump now, like News Limited. Could not be any more chips in. Like they are so far out at sea on getting him elected.
I saw Rupert even attended the Republican National Congress and wasn't officially involved, but was there.
And then you got Elon all in, giving him $45 million a month. I don't know how your X feed is. If they're not manipulating the algorithm on the X feed, I'll go, hey, you're just getting smashed with Republican feeds on the algorithm, and there doesn't look to be anything bipartisan around the way you're being served content on X.
The Sounding Board podcast with Hutchie and Damo. Thanks to Drinkwise. If you're choosing to have a drink, choose to drink wise.
Flat footy moments to avoid this season.
The second half.
At a barbie, here's Jackson and his mates checking the stats for a multi. No! His battery goes flat. He can't get live updates.
Stay charged with a Signet power bank. Compact and lightweight, it fits in your pocket, and you'll never go flat or miss any part of the game. Signet power banks, available at signet.com, as well as in-store at JB Hi-Fi and other leading retailers.
That roast chicken? Maybe halal? That snack pack? Yep, halal. Dad's investment portfolio? How on earth would you tell? Talk to Hijaz Financial Services, helping Muslim Australians secure halal super, home loans and investments. Hijaz Financial Services. Definitely halal. hijazfs.com.au.
This information is provided by Hijaz Financial Advisors, Pty Ltd, AFSL 517686 and Hijaz Islamic Credit Solutions, Pty Ltd, ACL 480542, and does not take into account your objectives, financial situation or needs.
You're listening to AFL Nation for Tyre Power, champions for road safety and tyre recycling, and 4 and 20 pies. You can't have footy without a 4 and 20 pie.
Forward handball was beautiful to Impey from 49 metres. Jarman Impey and the celebration dance. Weddle to Ward to McDonald at 52. The little chip kick to Ginnivan. Wide open, snaps at goal, kicks his first. Joel in trouble, holding the ball. Surely umpire will play on. Nash will give it over the top to Watson, who kicks another goal.
Macca's, I'm loving it moments.
Make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. Three-quarter time, the Hawks lead it by 42 points over the Adelaide Crows. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies. And for Tyre Power, Vulcan Tyres 25% off. Paul Bonza, Bryce Gibbs with you. Gibber was a powerful quarter from the Hawks.
Yeah, it certainly was. Statement quarter. We know they've been in good form, and the first quarter it looked like the Crows had a good game plan put in place, and they had the game on their terms. But since quarter time, it's been all Hawthorn. So over to you, Adelaide. What are they going to do? They're going to have to try and get a bit more run, be a bit more daring with ball in hand, I think. Try and pull the ball back through the 45 by their kick. Try and get some run overlap. Try and get it into their forwards quickly to score.
Absolutely nothing to lose, the Crows. Can they come back and steal this one? Meat got the first tap. Warple taken high. I call play on. Got the hand ball out wide. Dowling missed the target. McGuinness is on the ground for the Hawks, so the sub's been made. I'll get you to check that out, Bryce. Kick out in front of Ginnivan, close to the boundary line, and over for Spitwater high pressure washers. And here for the TAC, wear a seatbelt, not the consequences.
Just waiting for the sub to update here.
That's all right. Ball in. Western wing. Riley O'Brien used the body well. Little give to Keys. Floating kick to half forward. Murphy and Impey. Staying down was Rochelle. Got the kick towards Walker inside 50. Takes the grab. Thought about the Thilthorpe pass. He was running back towards goal. A couple of metres in front of Sicily, but decided that the Texan will go back and have a set shot. He's easily in his kit bag.
Yeah, this will be a great start from the Crows. It looks like they've thrown Ben Keys up to the stoppage, so it's been Mr. Fix-It for the last couple of weeks. Where they need him in the midfield or up forward, it looks like he's going to come up and try and get some forward ball, try and drive the ball forward for the Crows like he did on that occasion. Ended up with Tex, who just pushes it to the left side for a behind.
Through for a minor score.
Luke Bruce has been tactically subbed out of this game. Bonds finishes with 11 disposals and 2 first-quarter goals.
D'Ambrosio, little give to Deer. Handball out to Moore. It was tackled, just had to handball out into space. Nankervis slipped over, but good enough to get the give to Laird, to Hinge, to Keane. Back to Nankervis, to Scholl down the line. Scholl's kick has gone out on the full. Again, the pressure from the Hawks is very good.
Yeah, not the option by Scholl. He's usually a pretty good decision maker, kicks the ball beautifully by foot. Just tried to kick a little 8-metre pass. Just needed to take yardage, kick it down the line. Tex one-on-one.
Riley O'Brien, the intercept mark at half-back. He's going to switch it to Mark Keane. Keane looks down the corridor. Just evaded the tackle of Kaushadere. Goes towards Saligo. Carl Lehman the spoil. Lloyd Meek picked it up like a rover. Kick towards the goal square. Deer in a pretty good spot. Got a hand up. And the free kick being given away by Hinge. This will be interesting on the Bunnings trade here to help replay.
Yeah, he just took his eyes off it for 1 second. Mitchell Hinge, it wasn't. But as soon as you take your eye off the ball, look at the player, that's the sign for the umpire. If you can make contact with the player, you're going to give away a free kick. And as you said, there wasn't much in it, but he just wasn't looking at the ball. Frontal contact, free kick was there.
Deer had a similar shot in the last quarter and missed. What can he do with this one? He got this one through. First goal of the last quarter to the Hawks. Deer now has 2. And on the Deutz-Fahr Tractors scoreboard, Deutz-Fahr Warrior range from 170 to 350 horsepower. It's Deutz-Fahr evolved. Visit deutzfahr.com. The Hawks lead it 92 to 45.
Yeah, that's been the difference for the best part of 2.5 quarters now. Hawthorn just been able to get the ball inside their forward 50 with a bit of pace. Adelaide defence can't get set. Or on the other end, the Crows have been just way too stagnant. But how often do we see it? We see Tex Walker have a shot from 50. Within a minute and a half, goes down the other end for a goal to the opposition. So had some important touches in this one.
92 plays 45 on the Deutz-Fahr Tractors scoreboard. Centre bounce. Meek, who's been good. Got the tap down. Saligo's tried hard all day. So has Laird. And the ball's locked in. The umpire will ball it up again. Bryce Gibbs, our expert for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Quick restart. Day tackled by Laird. Another stoppage. For Red Energy, switch to Red Energy. Fantasy points. Lockie Scholl still in front, 112. Laird, 87. O'Brien, 86. Connor McDonald, 83. And Scrimshaw is marked at half-back for the Hawks. Cuts back inside. Newcomb will swing it and flare it wide to Sicily. Western side. Called to play on. He's got Hardwick for support. Goes to D'Ambrosio. Bounced off his chest. Somehow got it out to Sicily. Handball to McGuinness. Forward handball, Ginnivan. Ginnivan bombs it inside 50. Deer in a wrestle with Keane. Good spoil from Keane, close to the boundary line. And Dylan Moore is tackled over the line by Scholl. And we'll have a ball in for Spitwater high-pressure washers. Get some stats too from you soon, Bryce, for Hijaz Lau Financial Services.
The Crows have dominated the disposal count in terms of major ball winners, but it's more been their efficiency going forward. Had a lot of ball in their back half. Lockie Scholl up to 28. He's had a fantastic, consistent year. Jake Saligo up to 26. Rory Laird 22. Connor McDonald built into this game nicely. He's up to 20. Will Day 19. James Warple, John Newcomb both for 17.
After the Crows had 11 scoring shots in the first quarter, they only kicked 1 goal, 2 for the rest of the game. It's been a dramatic change of events, really.
Yeah, well, that's been Hawthorn's blueprint in the last 4 or 5 weeks, getting these fantastic wins. It's been their defence, keeping teams to low scores, and going in at quarter time, 11 shots in the first quarter. Sam Mitchell wouldn't have liked that. They've tightened the screws up unbelievably since then.
Josh Rochelle wins a free kick right in front of your AFL Nation commentary position. Kicks to half forward. O'Brien takes the mark. Walker out the back of that pack. Just sprinted into open space. Riley O'Brien hit him up. He's deep in the pocket. Be a tight angle.
Good decision. Looked like he wanted to pass it off, but he finally got the ball. A mark inside your forward 50. Tex, go back, compose yourself, and shoot for his third goal.
It's kicked 2 in the first quarter. Kicked the first 2 for the Adelaide Crows. And this one looks a little skinny. Misses to the right-hand side. The minor score for the Crows, 6-10-45. Hawthorn 14-8-92. Deutz Far Tractors scoreboard. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies, and for tyre power, Vulcan tyres 25% off. It's around about 1 free, isn't it? If you buy 4.
Good maths, Bonds.
Thanks, mate. Scrimshaw liked his game. Kicks down the line. Michael Annie trying to get the handball out. D'Ambrosio tackled. Marmion went up, stepped around about 4. And the hands again from the Hawks are so clean. Warple to Ward. McGuinness drives it long inside 50. Ginnivan wanted the bounce, tried to tap it to Watson. Murphy was there. He had his head ripped off. Will get the free kick.
Yeah, he called it well, Bonds. It was that transition via handball. The Hawks have been so sharp with it all day. Just gets the ball into their 50 so quick, and that's been the difference as well for the last couple of quarters. Every time Hawthorn have gone inside forward 50, there's been a lot of space for the forwards to move into. He's been a pretty good recruit, this guy.
I think he's in a happy place at the moment. Marbiel Chol, as he takes the mark at half forward. We'll put it back inside 50, into the pocket. Keane led Deer in the race. Deer got it off hand, snapped it, goal. Lands in the goal square where Billy Dowling takes the mark. Still unsure what to do, this Hawthorn zone. Looks up and he sees white jumpers all in front of him in the end. Hacks a kick out on the full. It's that perceived pressure, isn't it? Just a young player called to play on, panics and kicks it out on the full.
Didn't have a lot of options, not a lot of movement forward for the Adelaide Crows. Had no choice but to just try and hack it out there once he got called play on. Puts it out of bounds on the full.
For Spitwater, high pressure washes. Jarman Impey is on the boundary line where the 50 meets the boundary line. Kicks it to the top of the square. Keane with a massive spoil. Comes out to Warple. The give to McDonald. Snap towards goal. Chol marks on the chest in the goal square. Just floated in from the side. And took an easy mark on the chest in the end.
We've seen it a couple of times today. Crows defenders just get caught ball watching. He had no arm across. It was James Ball-Ace on Chol, just allowed him an easy run and jump. Took an easy chest mark in the end.
And should kick his second. He does. Gives it the double Cobra. And the Hawks get another goal. They go to 15-8-98. Adelaide 6-10-46 on the Deutz Far Tractors scoreboard. We're going to get the game sealer for Loctite, fast, strong and reliable adhesives that go beyond the bond. I think that probably came in the last quarter, the game sealer.
If not, that certainly was it. But you're right, it's a perceived pressure that the Crows are under at the moment. Hawthorn, just since they've tightened the screws in the second quarter, a lot of panic, ball, kicking it outside 50, and sometimes it's not the first or second entry that you score off, but more often than not, if you can get it in 3 or 4 or 5 times, just builds that pressure, you'll end up scoring. That's exactly what Hawthorn did on that occasion.
Loctite, adhesives beyond the bond. Back in the middle, Thilthorpe going into the ruck for the Crows against Meek. pretty much a dead heat. And we'll get another stoppage.
Oh, that move hasn't had much impact in this one. Big Riley, just the 5 disposals, 1 goal, 1. Big enough to run around in there. Let him have a run in the ruck, see if he can get a bit of an impact on this game.
Meek got it to Newcomb. Ginnivan tried to use the body. Moore was there to help. Watson as well. Moore tapped it forward to Ginnivan. One umpire called a ball up. One umpire called taken high. Yeah, Michael Annie just copped him across the chin or mouth area. And Jack Ginnivan is in the forward pocket on the boundary line. He's going to kick across the body. Tough kick from 35 metres. What's he got for us, Jack? We're right behind it. He's hit the post. Good attempt for Chemist Warehouse. Go around the grounds. Pies defeated the Tigers by 26 points, and the Bulldogs got the win over the Swans.
A couple of upsets so far in this round, Bonds. None bigger than the Bulldogs today in Sydney.
46 plays 99 in the Deutsche Fahrt Tractors scoreboard. Fogarty claiming the mark. Umpire saying he juggled it over the line, and we'll have the ball in down on the boundary for Spitwater High Pressure Cleaners. Thilthorpe and Meek. Thilthorpe front position. Meek the tap to Ginnivan. Ward hurried kick inside forward 50. Hinge mops up. Good give to Laird. Laird had no one to go to, so handball to Ginnivan. Short kick, not required. Nash bombs it back inside forward 50. Borlase attacked it. The ball bounced over his head. Well played, Billy Dowling. Was there to support. Got it back to Chase Jones. Off a step and straight to Sicily, who marks it 45 metres out. He had nowhere to go and just kicked it in a hurry. And there was 3 Hawthorn players, and Sicily was the middle one. He took the mark.
Well, Billy Dowling was the one that looked up and didn't see anyone. Yep. He had to force that extra handball to Jones. The pressure came. He had no choice but to kick it where Billy Dowling was looking. Sicily crunched the ground so well. Takes the mark inside forward 50. I like him from out.
He has kicked a goal in his 150th. And he loves it. 66 goals in his career for the long sleeve number 6 and the captain of this club. And look at him get around him.
Just shows you this team, how close they are at the moment. Everything's working for them. They're really just firing on all cylinders. When your captain goes down, kicks a goal, it's just to see him rush to him. It's a good sign that your footy club is in a good position.
That a crucial moment for New Farm. A goal in his 150th to James Sicily. And on the Deutsche Fahrt Tractors scoreboard, 16-9-105, plays 6-10-46. It's been a bit of a statement from the Hawks. Both these teams were in good form, weren't they, Gibber?
Yeah, it certainly was. Got some very handy work by a great man, great friend Eugene out here watching us in the commentary box. It's the 11-minute mark of the second quarter. Josh Rosselli kicked a goal. That was their last goal. It's been 10 goals, 7 to 4 points. Wow. All Hawthorn's way.
Wow. McDonald's now got the ball at centre half forward. On the left, inside 50. Borlase, the big spoil towards the line. It'll go out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in for Spitwater High Pressure Washers. Yeah, Eugene Warrior sitting in with us today. He's our token expert for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. The ball in. D'Ambrosio puts it to the top of the square. Good spoil from Nan Curvis. Loose footy. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Power rankings, I'll give you them for Red Energy. Switch to Red Energy. Lockie Scholl still leads at 120. Laird 100. O'Brien 98. Connor McDonald 93. Lloyd Meek 83. As Dowling gets the clearance. out towards Fogarty. In a battle with Frost. Fogarty did well to fend off. He's got no one in front of him. Has a second bounce. Wants to cut back inside. Broke another tackle. Strength from Fogarty. Somehow got it to Berry. Berry's in trouble now. Tackled by Scrimshaw. This Hawks defence will not give in. Amon. The handball again from the Hawks was excellent. Hardwick will clear the area. Ginnivan almost. Bond. Done a good job on him all day, Bond. Got it forward to Curtin. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien inside 50. Jaff was up. Couldn't take the mark. Still a chance for the Crows. Zach Taylor, the spin move. The tackle came. And the umpire called a throw. Well, Zach Taylor's claiming a handball. Well, I thought he did too. Maybe have a look at that on the Bunnings trade replay. Definitely a handball. Unlucky the Crows. Chip kick from Amon. Finds the skipper. Sicily. Short again. Ward. Amon kept running. Back inside Finn McGuinness. And the use of the handball from the Hawks has been impressive. Ends up with Nash. Nash kicks to half forward. Chol takes the mark on the paint of 50. Thinking about passing off, but in the end, Nabiol might just go back and bomb it from 52 metres.
Yeah, not a bad decision. They've just spent the last 4 or 5 minutes frenetically putting pressure on. Just take an opportunity for everyone to catch their breath. There's a bit lazy checking here by the Crows. Chol just finds, who's that?
It's McDonald.
McDonald unmarked, an extra 30 metres ahead. Crows just switched off there. I'll be disappointed with that.
It's running hot for Ream, the Hawks. They have been excellent in this second half, except nothing less than Australia's best. Ream, good friends at Ream. McDonald has kicked a goal in the first quarter. Again, he's been good. 25 disposals. He comes in from 40 metres, makes no mistake. The goal umpire did not flinch. Goal number 17 to the Hawks, 17-9, 111. Adelaide 6-10-46. Deutz Tractors scoreboard.
Well, he's had a pretty good game. Is Connor McDonald now a little bit slow to get going, but after quarter time, he's been terrific. Playing as that high half forward, getting a lot of touches up through the midfield, putting a lot of pressure on, running hard forward, hitting the scoreboard as well with 2 goals. Up to 26 disposals, nearly 300 metres gained. He's having a good afternoon now.
Get your 3-2-1s after the game as well, Bryce. And goal of the day for Corteva. Keep growing with Corteva Agriscience. Again, around the grounds for Chemist's Warehouse. Winners in the other games today, Collingwood and the Western Bulldogs. Chol has gone into the ruck. Lloyd Meek a chop out. Will Day went short to Newcomb. Newcomb drives it to half forward. Chol. He's got better as the game's gone on too, Bryce.
He has. So have a lot of his teammates.
So athletic. Kicks to the top of the square. Weddle's gone forward for the Hawks. Keane tackled. Tackled high, was he? Umpire said no, give it to me. Have a stoppage 30 metres out from the Hawks, straight in front. This crowd's a bit stunned too.
A few have taken off early, Bonds.
And there's a bit of push and shove here. The whistle blew off the ball. I didn't see what it was for. I don't know if you picked it up, Bryce.
I think it's going to go Hawthorn's way.
Yeah, there's a bit of push and shove. Watson.
Someone's on the deck.
Michael Annie. Hawthorn do get the free kick. Sicily standing in the goal square and spirals it out of the Adelaide Oval. We'll have to look on the Bunnings trade here to help replay it, see if we can see what that was all about.
Looks like McElhaney tipped someone up off the ball. It's going to be a forward 50 stoppage for the Hawks.
See the replay here again. Not sure what's going on. No, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, Max McElhaney just off the ball. Looked like one of the Hawthorn players was about to get busy, run through the stoppage.
It was a fend off to Dylan Moore.
Max has just tried to check his run, tipped him up. And the footy smart IQ, James Sicily, said, I'm not going to get involved in the push and shove. I'm just going to go sit in the goal square by myself. And if someone can get the ball to me, I'll kick you a second goal for the game. So he's gone to stand at full forward to finish off this game.
It was that open arm punch to the chest. Maybe that'll be looked at during the week, but not much in it really for Bunnings Trade. Wherever you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help. And the Crows go forward. Fogarty almost couldn't quite complete it. Berry broke out of a tackle. The handball to Murphy. Back to Scholl. Wants to come back inside and crushed by D'Ambrosio. And the Hawks are away again. Scrimshaw to Jaff. Running down the western side. Great chase there from Hinge. Might have hurt Jaff in that as well. Just down on the boundary. Might come off straight away for Spitwater. High pressure washes. Kick inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Has been marked by Riley O'Brien. Slow to get up, Jaff. Geez, it was a good chase from Hinge. And he'll come off and have a rest, CJ. Jarman Impey marks it half forward. Any stats you're liking for Hijaz Lau Financial Services, Bryce?
It's going to be a hard 3-2-1 votes today. I think you'll find Hawthorn will probably be featured heavily in it, but a lot of even contributions throughout the day, I think. So I'm going to have my work cut out with me today.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it, not me. As Newcomb and D'Ambrosio collide. Both a bit slow to get up. Weddle tackles Saligo from behind. And the umpire will come in and ball up close to the boundary for Spitwater high pressure cleaners. Bond and Billy Dowling waiting to come back on for the Adelaide Crows. Saligo, he's tried hard all day, Jake Saligo. It's going to be a tired boy at the end of it, but he has not stopped. And the crowd just come up on the big screen. Bryce, you want to give it to us?
41,800 Bonds. Sorry, what did I say then? 48.
No, you're right. 41,800.
There you go.
You got it right.
Sorry, I had a brain fade there.
McDonald got the tap from O'Brien. Kicked inside 50. In front, Deer. Now Ginnivan picked up the crumbs. Snapped around the corner. It's showtime for the Hawks. Ginnivan gets his second on the Deutz Fahr Tractors scoreboard. The Hawks are 19-9, 123 to the Adelaide Crows 6-10-46.
There's been absolute smacking since quarter time. These small forwards for Hawthorn, geez, they look dangerous. He's kept quiet for most of the first half, Jack Ginnivan, but he's in good form. When you're in good form, you find a way to still have an impact. He's kicked two goals now in this game, but he's looked lively. Every time he's gone near the ball, looks like something's going to happen. Loves the celebration more than anyone. Runs straight to the crowd. He's happy with it. Playing some very good footy.
Tap down from O'Brien to Laird to Saligo. Tried to go back to Laird. Ginnivan intercept. Joel tapped it in the Nash direction. Bond for the Crows. Couldn't hang on to the footy. Chol gliding. Got it to Newcomb. McDonald, short kick, Moore. Just lifted the eyes. Moore on the lead. He's marked at 35 out on about a 44-degree angle.
Another one who's built into this game. Up over 20 touches again for Dylan Moore. Just runs so hard. Gets down in defence, helps his defence out. gets numbers through the midfield, hits the scoreboard when he's forward, pushes that to the left though.
Had 11 individual goal kickers, the Hawks. That one a little offline from Dylan Moore. The Crows are going to attack down the middle of the ground. Michael Lanny goes towards Thilthorpe. And the Hawks gather the footy again. It was McGuinness. Got it to D'Ambrosio. Short to Nash. Nash has got Warple all by himself in the middle of Adelaide Oval. He plays on. Goes long to Sicily, who's gone forward. Charles there as well. Got a hand up. Couldn't take the mark. Quick kick from Laird out of defence. Curtin. Handballed inside to Borlase. He's tackled by 3 Hawks. And might have won the free kick here for a high tackle. No, we're going to have a ball up. No, he is going to get the free kick. He's right the first time. Borlase. Sideways to Hinge. Hinge to the outer wing. Berry missed the target. Rolled out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in for Spitwater High Pressure Washers. Crows fans are just absolutely stunned. I'm sure they didn't expect this when they came here today, especially after the first quarter, Bryce.
Yeah, 11 scoring shots in the first quarter. Looked like they were here, come here to play in good form after winning last week, but since quarter time it's been all the Hawks. There's still a live chance for finals, Bonds. Need to probably rely on a few results, but the way they're playing, I don't see them losing anytime soon.
Nankervis got the free kick at half-back. Found Rochelle and Taylor Walker by himself inside. Thought about playing on, but he's marked it at 45 metres. And the Texan will go back and have a set shot. Had a couple of set shots early in this term. Missed both. Kicked 2 in the first quarter. Taylor Walker will go back and try and kick goal number 634 in his career. That looked good off the boot. That's a goal. Well done, Taylor Walker. Has 3 on the day. And some ironical cheers from the Adelaide fans. 7 goals, 10-52. Adelaide, Hawthorn, 19-10-124. Deutsche Bar Tractor scoreboard.
Yeah, just hasn't had the supply since quarter time, the big Texan. We know he's going to compete when the ball's in his area. Still capable of marking the ball, kicking goals. He's got 3 today. Just hasn't had the supply since quarter time, though. As they sit in Hawthorn, only a game out of the 8 Bonds. GWS, the Blues, they finish with Richmond, North Melbourne. So certainly a couple of winnable games there. Big couple of weeks, though. The Giants will be tough.
Giants away, I think, as well, which will be... found their form as well. Scholl got up high, but completely missed the footy. Warple, the fend off, and the give to Newcomb. They've turned it over, though, the Hawks. Laird bumped as he kicked it. Zach Taylor just tapped it to the advantage of Lockie Scholl. Rochelle wide open at half forward. Rochelle's got Thilthorpe at the back of the pack. Should mark this, Riley, and does on the chest. He'll go back from about 20 metres out, pretty much straight in front. And should kick his second goal.
Yeah, he should. The Stings well and truly come out of this game. Hawthorn just conceding what should be a couple of late goals to the Crows. But it's needed to do this a little bit earlier in the game. Roll, get the ball in there a bit quicker. They're tall targets.
Good set shot for goal as Riley Thilthorpe puts through his second goal. And the 8th one on the board for the Adelaide Crows. 8-10-58 plays 19-10-124. The Deutsche Bar Tractors scoreboard. Paul Bonds and Bryce Gibbs with you. Bryce will a few awards to give away after the game, including your 3-2-1 in the AFL Nation Player of the Year.
Yeah, Lockie Scholl involved in that scoring chain again. He can hold his head high, Lockie Scholl. The 29 disposals. Plenty of uncontested run and carry. 7 marks. 5 score involvements. He can hold his head up high, Lockie Scholl.
Not long to go in this game now. Saligo taken high by Chol and will win the free kick in the middle of the ground. We're on 32 minutes in the final term. We need to be quick to wrap things up here, Bryce. We'll run out of time as the siren sounds. Does us a favour. The Hawks get the win, and it's a big win as well. 19-10, 124 to 8-10-58. Let's have a listen to the song. Well, Bryce, it's a big win for the Hawks, 66 points. And what we didn't see coming at all. This is the post-game show for Deep Heat. Fast targeted pain relief. Feel it work. Celebrations with Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives every day of the year. Firstly up, the Young Player of the Year. Nominated player, 30 years or older.
I'm not sure there's a heap out there, but Luke Bruce, I mean, he got subbed out tactically in that third quarter, but still manages to pop up and hit the scoreboard, doesn't he? And he was one that kicked 2 first-quarter goals just to get this game up and going, and he's still playing very well.
Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives every day of the year. Who ran the most Ks? Kick back and relax with an adjustable bed from the Australian designed and owned OMF.
Dylan Moore, 15.3 Ks with a close second, Lockie Scholl with 15.
Australian-made smart play by Australian-made and support authentic Aussie makers. Man. Is there a smart play of the day that you like?
Oh, it's probably the coaching from Sam Mitchell, just to change a couple of things at quarter time, put an extra couple of numbers around the stoppages, slow the momentum down that allowed the Crows to just slingshot from half back. So it's probably the tactical move from Sam Mitchell in that second quarter.
By authentically Australian made. Who is on a roll for Monarch Paint? Monarch roller covers. The roller that does its role beautifully. Well, the Hawks are on a roll, aren't they?
Oh, they certainly are. What's that? Maybe 6 out of their last 7, I reckon. So
it's now 12 out of the last 10. 10 out of the last 12.
Starting to build nicely. This is when you want to be hitting your straps this time of the year. So, yeah, let's just give it to the Hawthorn Footy Club.
Goal of the day for Corteva, Paradigm Arlec Active Herbicides. Reliable wide spectrum weed control in cereals. Who won the goal of the day?
There's probably 2 that stand out for me. Will Day's goal, balked a couple, kicked one from 50, and then the Impey goal as well. Just the whole build up to that. He broke the paint, kicked a lovely goal running off half back. So I don't know, Eugene, who do you want out of that? Impey? Impey it is.
Impey. No bias there at all. What is about the unmissable moment for Drinkwise? You won't miss a moment if you drink wise.
Oh, again, there's probably a lot in that second half for Hawthorn. I don't know. Bonds, can you help me out with this one?
I still go back to that tackle at Nankervis. So I thought that was
huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really
desperation
good.
Saved a
Choose
certain
to drink
goal.
wise. Bendix break, big moment. Put your foot down with confidence with Bendix breaks.
You double up with awards?
Sure.
It's probably a big moment, wasn't it? Nankervis, that tackle. I mean, Bruce was running into an open goal. Went to fend him, usually works.
All right, you got 1 minute, Bryce, for your votes for the AFL Nation Player of the Year for TR Group, Commercial Trucks and Trailer Rentals and Lease. TR Group, Truck and Trailer Rentals.
I'm going to give the one to Lloyd Meek in the ruck. We knew that was going to be a big clash with Riley O'Brien. He's going to get the one. I'm going to give 2 votes to Impey. I just thought his run and carry off half-back ended with 20 at the end of the game. And Connor McDonald was my best on with 28 touches and 2 goals come the final siren.
All right, well, obviously one thing that, talking about Amy Clangers, I've just made a clanger. We've got a lot more time than just 1 minute. Thanks to Millsy down the line. Don't know what I was looking at. I was looking at the wrong time. But we do have a couple more minutes. So to go through those best players again, McDonald, 3 votes. 2 votes to
Impey.
And 1 vote to
Lloyd Meek in the ruck, finished with 34 hitouts. But again, it was a pretty even spread. Like, Day could certainly have been in there. Chol built into the game nicely. Finished with 17 and 2. Dylan Moore, 21 and 1 goal too. So Warple was in and under all day. So it was it could have gone to any one of those guys. Very great team game from everyone at Hawthorn today.
I can give you the goal kickers. Firstly for Adelaide, Taylor Walker finished with 3. Thilthorpe kicked 2, and then singles to Keys, Murphy and Rochelle. And for Adelaide, for Hawthorn, there was a couple of multiple goal kickers. Bruce had 2 in the first quarter. Watson kicked 2. Newcomb kicked 2. Deere kicked 2. Chol kicked 2. Ginnivan kicked 2. Sicily kicked 2 in the last quarter in his 150th game. Singles to Jarman Impey, Will Day, Dylan Moore and Connor McDonald. It was such a good start to this game, and then it was such a one-sided story.
Well, yeah, it was. And we've spoken about it a lot in the call, but Sam Mitchell, the way he set this team up defensively, especially in the last 6 weeks when they've started to get these wins, they've been keeping opposition scores to 50, 60 points, and for Adelaide to have, I think it was 11 scoring shots in the first quarter. He just had to change a few things. And once they got the game back on their terms, they got set up behind the ball. They didn't allow Adelaide to slingshot off their half back. It just turned the game completely, and Adelaide just had no answers for it.
Wrapping up winners today, Collingwood beat Richmond by 26 points. The Swans came back a little, but the Western Bulldogs still won by 39 points, 87-48, and the Hawks 66-point winners over the Adelaide Crows. Can the Hawks play finals, do you think?
Well, I can't see why not if they keep turning up and playing like they have done in the last 4 or 5 weeks, Bonds. And, we know how close it is, from 3rd or 4th on the ladder all the way down to sort of 10th. It's so tight. So absolutely, if they just need to keep winning, and this brand is going to stack up, I have no doubt about that come finals time. So if they get lucky and a few results go their way, if they keep winning, absolutely they can.
So the Western Bulldogs move into the 8, and Hawthorn move into 9th. Essendon drop out of the 8, and so do Melbourne. So it goes Sydney at the top, a game and a half clear of Brisbane in 2nd spot. Fremantle in 3rd, Carlton in 4th. Then in 5th place, the Giants, and then Geelong and Port Adelaide in 7th. And then the Western Bulldogs, as I said, in 8th spot, 1 game behind Port, Geelong, the Giants and Carlton. It's a close thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be
wide open.
A cracking finish to this season. There's still well and truly plenty of spots up for grabs in this final series, and you just got to be hitting your straps at the right time, and sometimes need to get a little bit lucky with some results as well. But the AFL would be pretty happy with where the competition's at. You can come to the game most weeks as a supporter knowing that your team's well and truly in a chance to win it.
Well, Collingwood in 12th on 40 points, and the Western Bulldogs a game ahead of them, so sit in the 8th. So it's still wide open. Even the Suns 2 games out, that's probably a bridge too far with only a few rounds to go.
Yeah, they play the West Coast Eagles next week, so you'd think they're likely to win that one just to stay in touch, but they're probably going to need some things to go their way.
All right. Geez, I'm a bit out of breath, mate. There was a lot of goals kicked in the game. 19 goals, 10. The Hawks, 124. Adelaide, 8-10, 58. Was there one thing that's going to stick with you out of this game today?
Well, I was just so impressed with their run and carry by hand, Hawthorn. Obviously been keeping an eye on them from afar, but to see it live, it was so sharp and so good and so damaging. So if they can continue to hurt teams by hand, that's going to hold him in good stead for the rest of the year.
What a competition we've got in our hands, and it was good fun bringing it to you on AFL Nation. Stay tuned on AFL Nation for every game in the AFL season, and don't forget to download the SEN app if you haven't already. SEN Sync, you can tune it to your TV. You can listen live at the ground with no delay, no Wi-Fi required. It is the only app to have on your phone. Thanks to Millsy back in the studio for looking after us and reminding me I had a lot more time than I actually thought I did. Eugene, thanks for being with us today. Eugene sitting at the back of the box and keeping us entertained. It's been great today for Hawthorn fans. 19-16, 124, Adelaide 8-10-58, 66-point winners. We'll see you next time on AFL Nation.